And welcome back to the Gadget Spot.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, everyone. It's been 2 weeks.
I like pizza.
Hopefully you like pizza, and hopefully you missed us, because we're back. This is the Gadget Spot, where we talk about games, tech, and gadgets.
And games.
And games.
And tech.
But mostly
Gadgets.
games.
And cryptocurrency.
Yeah. All right, so let's kick this. We're just gonna roll over that because cryptocurrency is it's in the turlet
It hurt, but it's true.
right now. Yeah, that's cryptocurrency right there. Let's introduce our panelists. Owen.
Hey, it's that was loud. I yelled on accident.
It was good. Keep going.
Sorry.
As long as you cover up the banging upstairs. Are you guys rebuilding your main floor upstairs, or?
Yeah, we got some contractors. They live with us full time, and they require us to change their diapers.
Sounds like a very odd business arrangement.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
weird.
it is.
Part-time Amish.
It works out though.
Hopefully they grow up and make you lots of money.
Yes, good contractors.
Yeah, good contractors. Anyway, you can follow me on Twitter. I didn't get a chance to tweet this week, so I didn't meet my goal of tweeting once a week. I might tweet today just because I want to do that. But you can follow me on Twitter @TechNoan. And that's it. No. Oh, I've been playing a game.
You've been playing. Oh,
I
Is it
played
the
a
game
game
of life?
Nope.
No.
No. That one I always play, and I
Seriously?
really lose at it. So I decided to make it worse and spend some money, which I didn't have to spend. And I bought Mega Man 11.
I thought you were
Dude,
going to tweet about
we
this.
have to talk about this because
I
I've been playing
like
Mega Man.
it.
Really?
Yeah. No. I mean, it's just a. It's
Don't
a.
let me change your mind.
It's a copy and paste. So I
Yeah.
like it for the nostalgia, and I didn't. I went through the whole first. I studiously looked at all the bosses and was like, that guy. That's got to be the first one, because that was always the key.
Get the best power first.
Was to find out what order you needed to
Yeah.
beat the bosses, because some bosses were weak against other things and you didn't know.
You
and
went online and looked that up?
I did not.
Oh,
I
good.
resisted.
Good.
And
Good.
and I beat the Block Man, which is the first boss I chose. Coincidentally, it was the top left, so I feel like I didn't really try there. But
It's the first one that was.
yeah, it selected that
Selected.
automatically, and I think I even accidentally started that level.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's where the cursor starts by default. dude.
Yeah, I was hoping that you didn't know that.
All right.
Sounds like you put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah, I set my controller down and the level started. Anyway, I've already missed out on a bunch of Xbox badges or medals, achievements that you can get, because I've already spent way too much time on that level. There's like
Wait, did you beat it yet?
that level is
Yeah.
called if you beat all the whole game within an hour,
The entire game?
Blue Flash. You get the Blue Flash achievement.
Mm.
And I spent over an hour on the first level. So
Are
anyway,
are we live right now?
yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess
Yeah, I mean
we're as live as you
we're
can be.
recording.
When did the show start?
Like,
while back.
yeah, I was going to say, probably we're at like the, 3-4 minute mark right now?
3.5 minutes
Oh
ago.
my gosh! I was
Yeah.
putting in an address in James' phone, so I didn't realize we
Took him 3 minutes to put an address. I wouldn't know
Yeah,
that.
why did you take so long to put in your address?
He had to send it to his proxy
No.
address that
'Cause-
delivers here secretly because his house is unknown.
I 100%
No,
believe
that app validate it. It doesn't tell you. It doesn't put it. I don't know.
Okay, so
Anyway.
he's slow with the smartphone.
I'll see
That's
I'll
all
see
right.
I'll see
Anyway, Mega Man 11 is pretty fun. It's nostalgic for sure, but
How much is that?
I got it for $30.
Everything I've read says either people really enjoyed it or people did not like it.
I liked it a lot.
But it seems like
I'm
more
liking
people are
it.
liking it because
Wait, you beat it?
No, I'm to the second. So the first level, Blockman, super short. I thought,
only an hour.
well, for me it was 3. The level's short though. After I learned how to beat it really fast because I kept dying.
Holy moly.
I beat that level really quick, and then I tried the next boss. Spoiler: it's Acid Man, because I tried others.
Well, I thought it was the next one was whatever one you chose next.
So you can, but you're supposed. There is an order. There's
Oh.
always an order in Mega Man.
Okay.
So I tried to do it myself, and I tried 3 other bosses, and I just got completely owned, like ridiculously
Well,
owned.
part of Mega Man's like whole shtick is it's hard.
Yeah,
You know.
until you get the
it's
power.
self-regulating as far as like level
So I
difficulty.
went, James, I am embarrassed to say I went online and found out the boss order. That's the only thing I gave myself.
Don't apologize.
That's
for
the only
that.
thing I did.
Hey man, we're old. We
Can
can do that for games
I don't.
now.
I don't.
And we don't have
time.
time.
I don't have
Exactly
time to
my
figure it
point.
out like I
Yeah.
used to.
Yep.
I remember in one of the Mega Mans, if you had the extra controller, the second controller made you jump super high. It was a cheat in the game, or a bonus in the game.
Oh, really?
And that's how you got some of the extra stuff. Anyway, this game's really cool. It's got some cool features they added just to kind of make it original, which is a power-up and a time booster thing.
Yeah.
Which it makes it really fun. It kind of adds a little bit more dimension to the game. So it's I put about 6 hours into it so far. That's a lot for me.
You've
so.
only beat one level.
And this is on the Xbox,
Yeah.
you said?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude,
I beat one level,
don't-
tried 3 levels,
don't let-
looked it up online, and then got halfway through. The second level,
Nice.
Acid Man, is like 4 times longer than Blockman.
Dude, don't let
Anyway.
Tony talk down to you.
Yeah.
No,
I started
it's
with
just
whoever
funny.
is bottom right
Okay.
because I knew how to like navigate the cursor, and I can't get through the level.
Yep.
I'm
They
halfway
punish
through
you.
the level, and I cannot get to. I'm on some conveyor belts, and I got to jump up through some blocks and blow the blocks away, and I die
Yeah.
every time.
Well, sounds like you need to get on the internet and check it out,
Yeah. It's the best way to do it for us.
like Owen and I do.
Yeah. I
Oh,
feel
man.
like we earned it because we came from an analog childhood where we didn't have that.
I figure we earned it because we're old and we have time to waste.
That too. But like I didn't
With
It
have
trial
feels like
and error.
cheating to me.
it was
It does for sure a little bit.
Yeah.
it would
But-
be for the millennial for the people that grew up with the internet all the time, it would be cheating. But for us, we put in our due time.
Like
Though-
I beat
I'll-
I beat all the other Mega Mans without any help.
I will freely admit to games that I do that with when it's my turn to introduce
Okay.
myself. 'cause
Anyway,
I've
that's
been
a-
doing
that-
that lately.
that's it
Though
for me, sorry.
I will do that for open world games where you need to go to some specific location and it doesn't tell you where that specific location is. Because I'm not
then
going
that's just
to
a bad game then. Well, unless you're doing like an Easter egg hunt or something.
like Horizon Zero Dawn to get the last armor, which is so awesome.
The best armor.
Yeah. You have to literally find 5 things from random locations in the world.
They like power cores, I think,
Yeah.
or something.
And I luckily found 4 of them on my own.
Yeah.
There was no way I would have found that 5th one.
I think I found 3 by myself, and I had to cheat on the other 2. That's a good game.
Yeah, it is.
Jarron, introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Jarron. You can find me on Twitter at Jarron. I have the coolest Twitter handle.
Yeah.
And yes, I do.
Eh.
Anyway,
We're all over it over here.
I want everyone to be amazed that I beat a game.
Bum, ba-da, bum, 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 bum.
I beat Horizon Zero Dawn.
This guy.
I know.
This guy.
I'm all smiles. I decided not to do the Frozen Wilds.
You can come back and do that later.
Yeah, I was going to unlock the last dinosaur thing that opens up the area.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like encased in ice, and you have to do a bunch of the stuff to
Yeah.
get him out. I'm like, screw that. I'm just going to beat this game. So I did. Yeah. The last guy was easy. Like, once you have that armor, I
Yeah.
just breezed right through it.
That game is, I think, the only PlayStation game I've platinum trophied.
Oh, there's no way I'm going to platinum trophy that.
It's really good.
So I am now playing God of War.
Yes. Best game of the year.
Those graphics are insane.
So good.
I cannot believe how sharp those textures are.
Well, I mean, even set that aside. The animation work,
Yeah,
the
all of it.
gameplay, the voice act, that is, I think that's probably the best game I've seen in the last couple of years. Like that was the kind of game for me. Like I thought about it while I was at work. I'd be working, be like, I wish I was at home playing God of War right now.
I'm not to that point yet. I just barely got to the point where I can upgrade my axe a little bit.
You met one of the dwarves.
Yeah, the foul-mouthed dwarf.
Yeah, the blue one.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yep. It's a good game. It's exceeding my expectations. Outside of that, Tony was extremely merciful, and he lent me his 1070 because I sold my 2 since my 2080 Ti is coming tomorrow.
From New York, they must be sending it like light speed.
I know. Yeah.
I think that you're up in the night. I think that you're
It'll
being.
probably be Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. You got 1070 to hold you over.
It's hard going to 1070, honestly, from 2 1070s, because now I can't run certain games as high as I was before.
Yep.
But on the computer side, GOG, they have this huge LucasArts sale right now.
Oh, yeah.
They're calling it a Disney sale, which kind of upsets me because Disney shuttered LucasArts. I'll never forgive them for that.
LucasArts, ex-LucasArts employees have just got to be like, oh, what a slap in the face.
I know.
Yeah.
LucasArts put out so many awesome games in the 90s.
So did Telltale.
Yeah, there was no Telltale in
You
the
can't
90s.
compare LucasArts to Telltale. LucasArts is
Yeah.
way more prestigious than Telltale.
Yeah, but at least some people at LucasArts still have their jobs.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they shuttered it.
LucasArts doesn't exist
Yeah.
anymore.
I know.
So I bought Dark Forces 1, Dark Forces 2, Jedi Knight, Jedi Knight 2,
Academy?
Jedi Outcast, Jedi Academy.
Oh, that is the best Star Wars game ever. And
Knights-
I will fight whoever's
False.
going to challenge me on
Knights
that.
of the Old Republic 1 and 2.
That is the best Star Wars game
Yeah.
ever.
And then I bought the first 4 Monkey Islands,
Ah.
all for $33, and I'm going to relive
What
my
is
childhood.
Monkey Island?
It's a point and click. If
Point and
you-
click
like a-
adventure, so
it's-
good.
I have that.
LucasArts was Telltale before Telltale was Telltale.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, LucasArts employees formed Telltale.
I have that game.
Is Monkey Island-
It's so good.
Is that like
Yeah.
Myst Exile?
No.
No.
This is like point and click adventure. It has you choose dialogue. It's really funny. It's about this pirate in the Caribbean.
Guybrush Threepwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. My
Yeah.
kids love that
What was
name.
his name?
Guybrush Threepwood.
What, do they name people by throwing darts at dartboards?
Apparently, his parents did.
Yeah.
Yeah, great games. And running these old games at 4K it's hilarious. Like Jedi Knight, the UI doesn't scale with the resolution change. So I have these 2 tiny bars I can't even see with my naked eye that show me what my health and ammo is. So I'm like, oh, I'm not going to die. And then suddenly I'm dead. I'm like, oh, I guess I had low health. But besides that, it looks phenomenal in 4K just because there's no more jaggies. I mean, the textures are horrible and the polygon count is abysmal. But other than that, it's awesome.
Oh, man, you can go and you can get all those old school Disney games like Disney's The Lion King,
And
Disney's Aladdin.
Yeah.
If you ever want to try a challenge, that Disney's Lion King game, holy moly, good luck.
To get Dark Forces 2 working, a 3D acceleration, you have to download some DLLs and stuff to get it working. But once you do, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's really fun to play old games up-resed because you can see.
Just how much you settled as a child.
Well, yeah, like it shows you its glory and its flaws all at once.
I just remember playing Zelda Majora's Mask, and when I get into the swamp, I just remember it just being this massive, sprawling area, and like I played it on the 3DS, and it's so much smaller than I remember it.
At one point in Jedi Knight, this NPC, he has like a triangle for a head. He like wanders into the elevator. He just walks into it, his head against the wall. Elevator goes down, and he just like is walking, hitting against the walls randomly. It's so great.
But dude, in
Yeah.
Jedi Knight, just the fact that you could get your lightsaber, customize it, and then like the battles where you're jumping around, and oh man, that game's
Yeah.
so good.
It's still fun.
Nice, James.
What's up, guys? My name's James. You can catch me on Twitter at JDD Jensen. I don't want to tell you my last name, so just James is my name.
Yep.
I have been playing a boatload of Hearthstone lately. I'm still pretty deep into that ship. I also
Whoa, this is a family show.
He said ship.
Ship. As
Oh!
in sailing.
Got it.
I don't know how deep you can get in a ship,
Oh.
but he's pretty deep into
I'm
it.
pretty deep into that
Surface
ship,
level. Surface level.
that boat.
Right on top.
So outside of that, my friend
It's not a
who
submarine.
had his Switch bricked
Oh
might have saved
Your
up
friend.
and gotten a second Switch so he can actually play Super Smash Brothers when that game comes out.
Smart.
But at least now he has a game to play all the single-player games for free, and then all the multiplayer games, which he also picked up Mario Party, and that game is a lot of fun.
Nice.
You must talk a lot with his friend.
Yep.
All right.
It's almost as though you could hear his own thoughts.
His name is Funeral Tailors. What else do I got? Outside of that, not really anything else going on.
This is the first time you didn't say JDDs for ADD.
Did I not say that?
You didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, guys? JDD for ADD. I'm off my medicine,
his
so
heart
like it's
wasn't into
hard
it.
to like remember.
Or
half
the
this
ADD
stuff.
is really kicking up this episode.
Gosh,
He just
I
forgot to do it.
miss my Adderall so much. With my whole heart, I miss it.
Well, why'd you stop?
At this point, I don't know. It's expensive.
Yeah.
That stuff gets
Is there no generic for that yet?
No. Not that I know of, at
There
least. Is there?
My kid's on it.
There you go.
Yeah, if you don't mind me asking, though, how much do you pay for that freaking medicine? For me, it was I had to go see the doctor every 3 months, so it was the copay for that, plus it ranged from anywhere between $40 to $100 a month.
For ours, it's a really, really low dose because he's only like
He's a
70
lightweight.
pounds.
Yeah.
So he's a 10-year-old and he's a small 10-year-old. So, and then I don't really pay attention to the cost because he's double covered because he's from my previous family, my previous
Marriage.
marriage.
There
I
you
shouldn't say family.
I was
but
going to say.
previous marriage. I left
getting
that one.
flashbacks.
I left that one. Nah, from my previous marriage. So he's got insurance from that side and insurance through me. So I don't really know. I don't think about it.
Oh, we can maybe figure this out off air. All right. Is that anything else you've been playing there, James?
Really quick. So I'm gonna get us 2 pizzas, one specifically for Jarron. Do you feel like we need more than one between the 3 of us?
Is it a large pizza?
I don't know. Hold on. While I'm figuring this out, I am so glad that he brought it up. His name's Tony, and he's our host.
Hey, check me out on Twitter at QuadTTony if you want. More always every other week here on the Gadget Spot or every week on the Geek Show podcast.
Is that a large?
So
Huh? What are you talking about?
The pizza right there, is that a large?
Maybe
man.
we should just take this off air.
yeah,
All right. That's
the
fine.
listeners don't care about the pizza. So we have what have I been playing? I've been playing a lot of Spider-Man on the PS4 because that game's great.
Oh, have you found more Easter eggs?
Great. I found a ton of Easter
What's
eggs.
your favorite Easter egg so far in that game?
Probably still.
The Sanctum Sanctorum.
No, that was really cool. But
Aunt May's
Avengers Tower
apartment?
is really cool. It just looks awesome.
Was it hard to find that one?
No,
Was it hard to find Baxter Tower? How close is Baxter Tower and the Avengers Tower?
I haven't found Baxter. Oh yeah, I did.
Is it
I
not
think.
very big?
It's pretty big, but it's nothing. Avengers Tower is like in what is it, Abu Dhabi, that giant tower they have there. I mean, it's imposing. It's
Burj Khalifa.
yeah, it's much larger than everything else in the city.
Can you climb to the top of it?
Yeah, you can. There's actually a
Sweet.
trophy you unlock if you perch on the very top of it. So I've been playing that. I've been playing some Destiny 2 with Uncle Squinky. That's a lot of fun. And also Dishonored 2. I've been playing that a little bit. That's a lot of fun.
I did not kill these people. Let me show you by killing all of these people.
That's right. That's Dishonored 1.
You don't have to kill them.
And
It's just a
then-
lot easier if you do.
Oh, yeah. You
Got
can get
that
through
right.
that entire game sneaky.
Yeah, you
can't
can. Yep. And then the other one I've been playing is still, I jump on every day or two and play some Quake Champions because that game rocks.
So what's the, do you unlock things in Quake 2 if you play more? Or
Well, yeah, you can unlock different outfits and things for your champions.
But it's
and-
just kind of just
it's all
pure
cosmetic
brainless
stuff.
fun.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's your Fortnite.
Yep.
Which,
Good
by the
stuff.
way, I have not picked that up in weeks.
Congratulations.
Good for you.
Thank you. I deserve that.
All right, we have some. Let's see. Let's do Patreon first.
Yeah.
And then we'll do some emails.
Owen, what is Patreon?
It's a place where you can help donate to the show.
Hey. All
You
right.
said it differently.
Nailed it.
Yep, you
Yeah.
nailed it. Just go to patreon.com/GadgetSpot and make a donation today. If you donate $6 or more, we read your name on air and we thank you because you guys are awesome. Anyway, huge shout out and thank you to AJ Jasper, Aaron Young, and David Broshinsky.
Keep going.
There we go. All right.
Were you waiting for the cue to keep
Yeah, I
naming
don't know
names?
what
I was
that was.
waiting for something.
Oh,
Anyway.
you're doing great.
Aaron Faulkner, Ryan Baker, Ryan McQueen.
Still nailing it.
From Software is Better, Naughty Dog.
Nailed it.
Adam Foote, Valentine, Kevin Eccles, Derek Allred, Johnny Rios, Spencer Knowlton, Adam Hecht, Conrad Southworth, Brian Lee, Morty, Austin Beauregard,
Beauregard!
Roger Allen, Michael Beck, Jeffrey Kale, Derek Bauer. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Patreon supporters.
And
you
speaking
are
of
the
which,
best.
Tech daddies and tech moms.
have we gone over and checked out our Discord server at all? Have any of you guys gone over and done that?
I haven't been in there. Should I
haven't
go
been
in
there
right
for a
now?
while.
But you're
either.
logged into it, right?
Always.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure. So just if you want to communicate with us, that's another way that you can apparently talk straight to us is once every 2 weeks I attempt to remind these guys that we have a Discord server.
I think we should probably do a Facebook post about that.
A
Just
Discord server?
Put the invite link on our Facebook.
All right.
I'll put
It's
it
not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea.
not in the show notes, like an actual.
I don't know
post.
what this Discord server is.
It's like
so.
Slack.
We'll get you invited to it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You can do it with
You
your
don't have
with
to.
your voice.
No, we will, Jarron, because you need to come in there and not be so antisocial.
Yeah.
All
Whoa.
right.
That's coming from the most antisocial of all of us.
Look,
Hey.
when there's no face, when I don't have to go face to face, I can be anybody, anyone.
And he'll talk to anyone,
It-
too,
it
without
actually,
fear.
It actually lends very much to my sociopathic nature, Jarron.
You did so good that one time that we did it with Titanfall. Okay? You did a really
Yeah.
good job, buddy.
Yeah. See,
That's the other thing is I don't have an Xbox anymore. I got rid of my Xbox.
you want one?
Why?
I don't ever play it, and it was just gathering dust, so I sold it.
It's hard to argue with that.
guys, let's have an Xbox night.
Yeah, we should have an Xbox.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm in the gadget spot. Here we go.
James.
Wiffle ball Tony. That's you.
No, I don't know who Wiffle Ball Tony
I
is.
love that name, Wiffle Tony.
Wiffle ball Tony. Cool name. Anyway,
It should be Pickleball Tony.
Let's see how many people we got in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I can't even
9,
remember what my name
10.
is on there.
Wiffle ball Tony's in there right now.
Oh, let's get in there.
I'm gonna jump in there and say hello,
You guys are getting distracted.
Wiffle.
You're getting shiny keyed.
Email.
let's do some
email. All right, so we got a Facebook message from AJ Jasper, friend of the show.
Hey.
He says, "Hey guys, back with another question. Wife and I just purchased a new home and are remodeling before moving in.
Ooh.
Congratulations.
Part of the remodel is a new smart home set, thermostat, camera, CO detector.
Carbon monoxide
Carbon
detector.
monoxide.
That's it.
That's it.
Smoke detector, locks, lights, all of that fun stuff. I was wondering your opinion on who to go with. Security is her selling point, mostly with cameras, but any advice on a direction to go for is helpful." So there's a few vendors out there for security specifically. You got Simply Safe, Nest, and Ring.
Those are the kind of the three main ones.
Yeah. Nest is definitely the most pricey
Yeah.
from what I've seen.
And you don't get much more than,
Yeah.
if at all.
Well, Nest has some
over the
cool
Ring.
Nest has some cool integrations with the smart lock that Ring will have soon. Ring, I kind of have some experience with. I have some Ring outdoor cameras and a Ring alarm system. I've liked it quite a bit. Ring is very, very reasonably priced, so you could spend $10 a month and or like $100 a year, and you get unlimited recording for your outdoor cameras, and you get fully monitored security
Now-
on the inside.
And you don't have to supply the storage for the recordings.
No, it's
Nope.
on the cloud.
on the cloud.
It's
unlimited for
Yeah.
$10 a month. Oh,
It's
that's not
super
bad.
reasonable.
The main thing
they're
I
desperate.
find lacking with Ring is integration with other smart home stuff. There's ways to get around that. There's an app called Stringify that you can download on iPhone or Android, and that really helps you connect like events on Ring to do other things with lights. So you can tell it to, like, if it detects motion, turn on a light somewhere or something like that, and it connects with like door locks and stuff like that. Nest does it kind of all natively, but you have to play within the Nest ecosystem, which is very pricey. But the advantage with Nest is you can also get a thermostat. Ring does not have a thermostat.
Yeah. But
Not yet.
You know, that's one item
Yeah.
outside of the ecosystem.
Yeah, I don't really miss any integration with a thermostat because honestly, what are you going to do with your thermostat
Yeah.
integrated with anything else?
Exactly.
You set it on a schedule and then you kind of leave it.
I've had my moments with Alexa. I hooked up to Alexa. We're cold, but hey, turn up the thermostat with our Nest.
Yeah, and you could do that with Nest, with Alexa, with Google Home. Nest does not connect to HomeKit. Neither does Ring. Ring says they will be HomeKit compatible eventually. They said they do it in 2017. Obviously, it never happened. But they say that they're still working on it. So
It's almost 2019.
I think Ring will be HomeKit compatible eventually. And good thing about Ring right now, they were bought by Amazon, so you have the backing of Amazon.
Yep.
Nest, you have the backing of Google. SimpliSafe, I don't know if they have corporate overlords.
I don't think so.
So with Ring and Nest, they'll be out there for a while, especially with Ring because Google tends to kill things. Who knows what will happen with that? But anyway, that's my answer.
My favorite thing is I got home the other day from work, and I go into my house, and because it's getting a little bit colder outside, our house was a little bit nippy when I walked in. I'm just like, we have a new baby. Like, what is my wife doing upstairs? I meander upstairs, and I go in. I'm just like, it's cold in here. Why didn't you turn up the thermostat? And she's like, because you didn't connect my phone to the thermostat.
Oh, my wife did the same thing.
And I'm like, sweetie,
It's
you know
right
you can
downstairs.
just go turn it up. And she's like, I know, but I need it from my phone.
That's
All
awesome.
she has to do to connect it too is sign into the app.
Right?
Email and password.
I feel like
All
I'm
done.
a crazy person sometimes.
Well, mine, I get judged because mine is the phone that leaves the house, and then it goes, oh, you're away.
Oh yeah.
And it drops the temperature. It's like, oh, we've switched to away mode. My wife's like, why did the thermostat during the summer
you
just
could-
switch to 78 degrees? What is going on?
You
Are you
could
trying
have
to burn me
multiple
out?
phones on that,
Yeah.
Well,
And that's when-
she never logged
And
hers
that's
in.
when you chime in. It's like, well, everybody else is an NPC, and when I leave, obviously this
Yeah.
ceases to
It
exist.
disappears.
I'm not logged in. What are you? How are you doing this?
Why would I
How
pay
are you
for
getting
that
out of
The
extra
your
universe is a simulation built around me and no one else.
How are you getting out of the simulation?
Speaking of which, did you see how Horizon Zero Dawn works with how it only renders what you're looking at?
Well,
and
any
then it
game
makes
does
everything-
that.
But that's so crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's a thing. And so that kind of makes me wonder, is that what real life is like? What if you guys are just NPCs and I'm the only real person here?
That's what rasterization is for
Are you
for video games.
rasterizing right now?
Probably. Nothing exists behind
rastered.
me.
Everything seems normal. I don't think I'm rasterizing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's something that an NPC would say.
Is it though?
Who knows? Anyway, we got 2 more emails. One from Taylor Delinga. I hope I got that right. Good afternoon, my Gadget Spot men of wisdom.
Hello.
He's not talking to you, James.
Okay.
I'm looking to get it.
Jeez.
That was mean.
Cancel
wow.
this pizza.
I just realized. I'm sorry, James.
Add gluten to his.
It was an obvious joke, and I had to take it. I am looking to get me a new phone, and I feel really bad. And I am in need of a little help and or advice. I've used an iPhone for about 4 years now, and before that, I was using the Samsung Galaxy S4, which I ended up hating.
That's because it wasn't very good at
Yeah.
the
That
time.
was a great phone.
S4?
The S4 was great.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
the
S4 was
S5.
good.
Okay, the S5 one really got good. The S4 was when when you really could root.
The
and gain-
S3 was the first good Galaxy. The S2 is horrible.
The S4 is the first one where I was able to root it and use it as a Wi-Fi access point before my carrier would allow that. They were trying to do make your phone a hotspot for $10 more a month, and I was like, no. How about I do it anyway with root capabilities? Anyway, I have fond memories of the S4 for that reason.
He says, I'm looking to get either the iPhone XS Max or the Samsung Note 9. I'm kind of over the whole Apple hype, but I'm a bit nervous that I may not like the Note 9. What are some of the positives and negatives of both phones, and what would you all choose if you were in this situation? Thanks, guys, for your help. I will start first since I'm reading it, so I can get my opinion out there before everyone. My opinion, and if you go Android, get the Pixel 3 XL.
I've heard bad things about the hardware.
Questionable.
Hardware? No.
yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
It's getting good reviews, despite what Owen says. Because with the Pixel 3, you're going to get Android updates, which Tony will never get because he's on a Samsung Note 9.
Yeah.
I do love
But
the
that's
Pixel
okay.
phone. I'm on a Pixel, and I'm on the original Pixel and Pixel XL, and I love it.
But my opinion, go for iPhone because it's going to be supported for years and years down the road. On the Google side, that's not promised. But
Is that a check hanging out of your back pocket
yes, it is.
from Apple?
You can become part of Apple's super turnaround. So they expect you, even if
Yeah,
you've paid $1,200 or whatever for that phone, they expect you in 3 years, to get a new one, regardless of whether or not that one's working.
Me personally, I follow where the best camera is, and
So why do you have an iPhone?
because it's a work phone, and the best camera
So he
right
doesn't.
now,
When he has the choice.
because the iPhone came out before the Pixel 2, and the Pixel 2 is when they really stepped up their camera game. Anyway, the best camera right now is the Pixel 3.
It is.
So
This is true.
I would get that. The Pixel 3. That's where my heart lies.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
did not see that coming.
I thought it was going to go Apple all the way.
Yes, so did I. Which is not that bad because Apple XS and XS Max are great phones.
They are.
I think my favorite review, and that's because I lean a little Android, actually came from Unbox Therapy. He did a long form usage test, I think of 2 weeks with the iPhone XS Max. And go watch the video. Spoiler alert, in the end, he says it's a fantastic phone, but it is too expensive.
It is pricey.
You don't get the amount you pay extra does not equate to the amount of performance or whatever you get based on.
Well, the
based
Note
on
9 is
cost.
also very, very pricey.
It is, but it's not as pricey. So we're actually going to talk a little bit about that later on too. The Note 9 versus the XS Max.
Well, what's your quick take on this?
My quick take on it is honestly, whatever ecosystem you like better. If you're firmly entrenched in the Apple ecosystem, go with the XS Max. If you feel like changing it up, the Note 9 is a fantastic phone. I would pick that over the Pixel XL3 for a couple of reasons. One, bigger battery. Two,
Well, if it gets you through the day, then what's the point?
more RAM. I can't believe they went with 4 gigs.
I'm surprised they went with 4 gigs also.
A flagship device.
four.
That's an Android flagship device. That's the words I'm going for. Cannot afford to do 4 gigs
Yeah,
right
it
now.
can.
No.
Did
Yeah,
the,
it can.
does
I
the
don't
Note
think
9?
so.
It's not like mobile apps have increased in size.
If they want to,
Multitasking has,
remain,
though.
if they want to
it
remain
hasn't.
competitive, they needed to do 6 gigs.
Yeah. 'Cause,
I think 4 gigs is enough for a phone.
I run more apps now than I ever have simultaneously. I switch between them. I hate having to close them if my phone slows down performance.
I would say on an iPhone, 4 gigs is okay because they're very, very good at RAM management. The OS is on Android.
Needs it.
Needs the 6 gigs if you're going to pay that kind of money. Now, on the flip side, you got like the Pocophone. The Pocophone F1, have you guys read about that? It's got 6 or 8 gigs of RAM. I can't remember which. An 845 and 64 gigabytes of storage for $300.
Dang.
I mean, there's
Probably a horrible camera, though.
the camera was fair. Wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Wasn't great.
And it's from Xiaomi. How do I say it?
Xiaomi.
Xiaomi.
I disagree.
But
Pixel
I'm
3 all the
saying-
way.
I'm saying I would go with the Note 9 for that reason. The
Software updates are more important.
You use the Note 9 currently.
That's what I have
You
right
like
now,
it.
and I think it's a fantastic
Okay.
phone. James, what do
Oh,
you think?
Sorry, I'm just making sure you're going to talk to me.
It's James's turn.
No. That was a dig at Jarron. Dude, I gotta
It
work
was?
on my comebacks. Yeah, because you said that they weren't talking to me, and so I was waiting until somebody was going to talk to me, and then I was waiting to say that joke. I need to be. Oh gosh.
All right.
Anywho,
so do you have anything
this Thursday?
constructive to
I'm
add to
getting
this?
I'm getting the Max, and I'm pretty excited about it.
The XS Max.
That's such a bad
SX
name.
Max.
It's a terrible name.
It really is.
Dude, they missed out on an opportunity having Alan Rickman say SX Max.
He's
He's
dead.
dead.
I'm just gonna
He
call it
can't say that.
I'm just going to call it
Do
sex.
you
Wow.
just want to get all of the bad news
Wow.
out to me? Right? Is he? No, he's not.
He's dead.
He died like 2 years ago, dude.
Aren't you just tempted to say sex max every time?
Yeah.
XS?
I need
It's supposed to be 10
I'm gonna use
Max.
the restroom, and I need a minute.
gonna go cry?
I was dead.
Are you serious?
Like my favorite actor.
You didn't know Alan Rickman was dead? He can't be your favorite actor if you didn't know he was
Well,
dead.
while James is shedding tears, quick note from Tanner Nielsen. Hey, Gadget Spot, I'm in the market to get a new internet provider. I mainly play multiplayer online, and my current internet can't cut it. Currently, I'm getting 10 Mbps download and 1 Mbps upload through Rise Broadband.
It's not very good.
No, it's not. Horrible, I know, but I rent and my landlord won't spend the money to upgrade. But said I could get my own provider. And also, what router would you recommend? Thanks for keeping me entertained.
Well,
That's a hard question to answer.
Yeah, because internet service provider just depends on where you're living.
Located.
I would say if you can find anything that gets you 25 down and at least 10 up.
Isn't Rise wireless? I would not do
I've
wireless.
Never heard of Rise, but yeah, if you're gonna game, you definitely want a landline.
Yeah, definitely a landline.
You want a cable coming to your house for that.
Yep.
I would look for fiber. Anyone
Mm-hmm.
with fiber is definitely preferred. If not, then probably Comcast would be definitely okay for that.
Yeah, some Comcast and AT&T both offer a home fiber now, I think, but
And
it's
it-
expensive.
Well, it depends on the area.
Yeah, so I mean, I use Utopia, which is here local in Utah.
Mhm.
I think they're in other places too, but like some places like San Francisco, they've got what's been called WebPass that
Mhm.
rides Google Fiber's lines.
Oh, there you go.
I have Google Fiber at my Salt Lake City office, which is fantastic. So I know Google Fiber is around in Salt Lake. It was one of the cities that got lit up before they
Stopped
canceled
expanding.
it. Yeah, before they decided to be jerks.
Why did they stop expanding anyway?
Because Google stops everything cool that
Yeah.
they try.
They actually didn't give really a good reason.
No,
if
they
you
just
ask
said
me.
we're just not going to do it anymore. Sorry.
They said they're going to
Updates
try
to
and
be maybe forthcoming.
and then they said they might try and pivot to wireless 5G connection.
Yeah, I think they saw especially here in Utah. But there's a provider called Utopia, and they tried to get fiber to the home to everybody. Everybody, like the few cities, Centerville, like, Murray, Salt Lake. There's a
Provo has it.
Yeah, but some cities here they got the city to buy in and run fiber posts to every home, and then they were like, "Don't worry, your residents are going to want this fiber."
Yeah.
And all the residents, it's what's wrong with my 12 down and 2 up for watching YouTube
because they didn't know any
or
better
Netflix
at the time.
And so I use Xmission here in Utah over
Another
Utopia.
local.
And I'm paying $37 for 250 up and down. So
that's good.
That's way
So
good.
yeah, I mean
I
that's
can't believe that I pay almost $80 a month.
to Comcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
I pay 70 for 1 gigabit.
I have no TV because I don't like TV, but I have online services like Netflix and
Yeah.
Hulu and whatever.
I would get 25 megabits down at least, but check your ping. Like
That's
wireless
huge.
providers have horrible ping, so
Yep.
don't go wireless.
You want to get something, you want ping under 50 milliseconds, worst case scenario.
Yeah, and what ping is, it's how long it takes to communicate to the server. And so
So for
that's
the
really important for multiplayer.
So for an average user, how do they run a ping?
Speed test is ping.
Yeah, speedtest.net
You can do that.
does ping.
You can also run ping from any
Command
device.
line.
Yeah, command line.
So-
I usually ping Google servers 8.8.8.8
Yeah.
to see what my ping is.
But that's only ping to their servers. Ping varies from server to server.
Yeah, it does
so-
totally.
Anyway, yeah, as far as routers go, there's a ton out there that are decent.
What's that new 10G one that we were talking about?
That's like a $500
yeah.
router.
Hey, he didn't say.
I have a
so-
Netgear, and I've liked it quite a bit.
Yeah, Netgear makes some good ones. Asus makes some good ones.
I'm running the Nighthawk R8000, which
Yep.
has been great.
That's
Hey,
because
that's what I have.
you can put extra firmware on it.
Yep.
R7000 you could
You
not
can put
do
tomato
that.
on it if you
That
wanted
is
to.
not
That's
true.
not running.
I have
Yeah.
an R7000,
You didn't
and
know.
I run
You did
Asus
that?
Merlin.
What?
You put tomato on yours?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh,
I just said you
Oh.
could.
Oh,
I am.
I have an R7000, and I put Asus Merlin on it.
Yeah, I know. Asus Merlin. We're
And
not talking about that. So.
Tomato also works on it as well.
Which is the one? Tony, that you were going to get that didn't support? Was it the 78?
7900.
Yeah,
It came out like right after the R8000, and I don't
It's
even
like
know.
a consumer mod. Like
I don't even know how it's worse.
Yeah.
I think I swear it's the exact same one. It just has a slightly different firmware.
Yeah.
Which made it so that nobody makes
Something
any
about- it's
alternative stuff to it.
Yeah, it had to do something with the architecture, the chip architecture,
Yeah.
because
Nobody does
Yeah.
open firmware for
Right.
it or whatever it's called.
So
That's
Oh,
a
well.
bummer.
Yeah, it's frustrating. All right.
But out of all of the router owners, who actually goes into it?
all the time.
This guy-
all the
But
time.
yeah,
This
like
guy a little
I've
bit.
modified my router so much.
I feel like you guys
let
are
me
the
tell you, though.
biggest outliers, though.
They are for sure because even me, I'm a network engineer,
Yeah.
and I never get into my home router.
You never
Aw.
do?
No,
You didn't?
I make sure the firmware is up to date, and that is it.
All
Well,
right,
you got to if you want to enable screen sharing and
Like I set
Wake
up
on
an-
LAN.
I set up an SSH server so I can remote in from anywhere.
Yep,
you
I don't
got
do
all
any
the
of
Wake
that.
on LAN, the port
Yeah.
forwarding.
Yeah.
right
How,
there.
how often
Well,
do you actually
exactly.
use that?
Bam.
I'm SSH'd into my house right now so I could check the Discord server.
Oh, wow.
So-
okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
I'm remote desktop to my house right now from this computer over SSH. Anyway,
I'm going to wake my computer on LAN right now.
Well, see, that's part of my problem is I only have Wi-Fi in my house. There's no Wake on Wi-Fi.
oh yeah, they can't do the
So-
magic packet over Wi-Fi, huh?
I don't think so.
Be easy to intercept.
Yep. Not only that, it's not a when your computer's asleep, it doesn't keep powering. Most USBs turn off when your computer's idle.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
you have to set the power options.
Yeah, you have to set the power.
See-
So I just don't even worry about it.
Jarron, that's cool that you could turn your computer on, but like you could literally just stand up and go and press a button.
Yeah, but I could
He
do
could
it.
have done that from anywhere though.
I could do it from work, and then I can remote into it.
Oh, that's
After
cool.
that, it's on. Yep.
Cool. All right. So real quick, speaking of routers, sent in by Uncle Squinky. California bans default passwords on routers.
I can't
Thank
believe
goodness.
that is amazing. But how do they enforce it? Do they have to? The manufacturers have to change it
Yeah, the manufacturers will have to change it.
because it's normally just blank.
It's blank or admin or password.
Right.
And
How do you
they're not allowing them to ship like that anymore.
How are they going to random password generator?
I don't
Oh,
know.
I'm sure they could do it. Just
It's still going to be a
software.
sticker on the bottom that says your password is this.
Right,
for
but
the default. And
but
Still better than default.
when someone's trying to get into you from the outside, they can't see the sticker.
That's
So
true.
It has that going for
and,
it.
Yep.
Well, and also, I mean, there's no such thing as random when you're using computer systems like this. There's no such thing as random generated data. Like machines actually can't randomly generate data.
Yeah, but it's true.
So
but to
somebody
a
will get a subset, and they'll say, okay, all the routers that end with this in their serial number are all
They use this equation
They
to
use
generate
this
their
equation,
stuff.
and this is the password.
Yeah.
There's no
So, yeah.
way. But anyway, that's a really cool step, though.
Do you know what Trump would say about this?
Fake news.
Fake news. It's the best router. There's a lot of routers like it,
All the
but
routers.
everybody's saying that it's the best.
Or
Look,
he
what's
would
wrong
say-
with
No.
password? It's
Or
the
he would
original
say-
password.
He would
Yeah.
say that it's hurting a company's ability to make money, and he tried to sue this law and
Oh,
sue
see,
California to get rid of this law and make them have default passwords again.
I would have gone with also. I talked to their CEOs. They're nice people. They promised me they didn't do it, or that they will do it.
Look, these are great people. They're just trying to make a little money.
They're not focused on making money. They're not focused on making a lot of money. They want to spread the wealth to everybody. MAGA.
So let's talk about some phones.
Oh, here we go.
Yep.
I want you guys. Here's the thing. I'm not super tech savvy. I don't know if you guys know that, but here's the thing.
You've made it aware.
So I'm getting the new iPhone, and I'm pretty excited to try it out. But I need you guys to tell me what I don't know about the phone, because I went and played with it a little bit at the Target, and
it has a processor that's approaching desktop class processors.
what would I do with that on my portable device?
Yeah.
Why do
Internet
I need a
websites will load super, super, super fast.
Okay, okay.
The camera is much better than previous generation. Not as good as the Pixel 3.
It's not. It's still not. How's the video camera?
I don't know
on
about
that?
much better.
I'd say the video camera is better than the Pixel 3.
It does not shoot HDR yet, right?
I thought it did. I could be wrong, but it shoots 4K 60 FPS, which not many phones can do at this point,
Okay.
which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That would take up a ton of memory, though.
Yeah, it's going to.
a lot.
Yeah.
Did you have any specific questions about it?
Not
though?
really. The
Okay.
thing is I held it and I got really excited for a few minutes, and then
It's a phone.
Yeah, it's a phone.
That's
the
what
thing.
phones are
It's
nowadays.
sad
It's a
that
phone.
I've
Yep.
gotten this complacent with, like, I have literally any answer I want in my hands that I put down in my pocket, and I don't,
Yep.
But it is fun though. The last week before going naked with my phone.
It's fun until you drop it.
Oh, and I don't care. I'm getting a new phone on
It's-
Thursday.
Those aluminum backs are so slippery, too.
Oh yeah, they
on
are.
the iPhone.
It's like they were made to die.
Yeah. Just
Planned obsolescence, huh? Interesting.
So, convince me to get a different phone other than iPhone.
Conspiracy theory.
Why should I switch?
No, don't switch. If you like the iPhone, if you like all the stuff in their app store and everything, and you've already got everything invested in that, I'd say stick with iPhone.
My
iPhone is very good.
a great
Android is very good.
Yeah.
Stick with
big
what you
gripe
like.
Is, have you been to Mojave's app store lately
Who?
on iOS?
Oh,
Not iOS,
no.
just Mac OS.
I haven't upgraded my
Oh
laptop.
my gosh, I can't stand their app store, man. You go there and it's so convoluted with third-party apps.
Well-
it's like garbage.
If you like the app store on that phone, you'll like the app store on the next one because it's the same app store.
Oh,
Nothing's changed. You have the latest OS on there. You'll have the
Yes.
same OS when you get on the new one.
cool.
Yeah. So the Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3 XL were announced, along with
Yeah.
a few other things.
Kind of have a funny story. My friend, he's obsessed with Google, with Pixels in particular. Actually, he was on the show, Justin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he was out in New York when the Google event happened. He happened to run into one of the presenters in Times Square that night.
What?
He recognized her. And he's like, "Hey, you're the person who presented at the Google keynote." And she's like, "You recognize me from that? Holy cow!"
Did you give him a free Pixel 3 XL?
That would have been the sweet thing to do, right?
Yeah, that would have been the
Didn't
appropriate
happen.
thing.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, his nerd cred is like off the charts
Through
because
the
of that.
roof.
I know. Anyway, Google keynote, they announced the Pixel 3, the Google Home Hub, and the Pixel Slate. And we'll work backwards here. We'll
Sounds
end
good.
up on the Pixel 3.
Did they not talk about the Pixel Buds in that at all?
No.
No, they don't have any. It's the same ones as last year, which
Oh.
are still horrible,
Still
by the
bad.
way.
Oh yeah, they just announced. They announced that the translation's coming to Pixel Buds.
They already announced that, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the Pixel Slate, it's a Chromebook tablet. They replaced Android with Chrome OS.
It's convertible, right?
Yeah, it's
Have you
convertible.
guys ever used
kind of.
Chrome OS?
Yeah, I've used it.
Do you like it?
As a OS to shove onto older people, I love it.
Right.
Is it more similar
As
to
as an email and web browser,
Yeah.
fantastic, right? Low memory usage. Not a lot of things can go wrong with it. But I had a user at my office who wanted to get one of those, try it out, and it's not a functional working device.
No, it is not.
what do you mean it's not a functional working device?
You can't do a lot of app installs. A lot of things are
'Cause it's-
watered down.
Well, it's based.
It's web apps
Yeah,
and
it's-
Android
Yeah.
apps.
Mhm.
It's made for surfing the internet. It's
Yeah.
Don't they call it a magazine book or something like that? Like they've titled it something like that, where it's basically just for browsing.
Not like a tablet or something. I don't know.
So anyway,
I
the
don't know.
the Pixel Slate, it runs Chrome OS. It's honestly basically Android because it runs Android apps.
Right.
It just has a different UI, but it's a windowed UI, so I don't know how well that works with touch. It's kind of like Windows 10, but with Windows 10, it has side-by-side stuff, that works pretty well in tablet mode. Anyway, so it runs Android apps. It has an Intel processor, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, it seems like they're like it goes everywhere from I think a M7 or is it to go down to an M3?
Goes from where did that go?
It goes from like the
M3
yeah,
up to
i7.
Celeron M3 up to a i5.
Oh, it doesn't have i7?
No.
Oh, i5 still.
Yeah.
That's way more computational power than that OS can even take advantage of.
Yeah, you can have
it's-
16 gigs of RAM if you want it.
It's interesting.
How well will I be able to play Minecraft on it?
You can't.
You cannot.
Oh wait, it has
Well, no, it
Android.
has an Android
yeah,
app.
Yeah, you can.
So you can play Android Minecraft.
It has
Basically,
a
anything you can get from the Google Play Store, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
12 inches, 3000 by 2000 resolution, 1.6 pounds, a little bit on the heavier side. Battery life up to 10 hours, though since it has an Intel processor,
Skeptical.
I'd be surprised if you got 10 hours.
Mileage may vary.
Yeah. Other than that, it's a Chromebook in tablet form. So
You basically
there you
just get it for your elderly grandparents so they can browse Facebook and post church stuff.
It goes from $600 all the way up to $1,600. Do not pay $1,600 on this device.
$1,600?
I strongly recommend to not do that.
What do you
Does that-
get for
does that come with
1600?
Google
Oh,
Fiber?
it does have an i7 if
I
you pay
thought-
$1,600.
I thought
Yeah.
there was an option for
Yep.
i7.
Yep, you're right.
And 16 gigs of RAM.
But why?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly
don't do that.
Why? I could see a mid-range one of these working really well for students as well.
Yeah, but still, I would either do Windows 10 or get an iPad Pro.
If you're going to spend $1,100
Yeah.
bucks, yeah.
I would not buy
Agreed.
this. Anyway, they also announced the Google Home Hub. This is kind of cool because it's cheap,
Yeah.
crazy cheap.
And
so
it's more secure.
Yeah, it's
because there's no camera.
It's $150 for it. It's basically an Amazon Echo Show, but it's Google Home instead.
Yep.
Has a speaker with a display. It's a small display. It's like 6 inches or so, a little bit bigger than a phone. But it's basically just a Google Home with a display. That's it.
From what I've read, the display looks nice and crisp, and the speaker is it's okay.
Yeah. What you
Good, not
expect
great.
for $150?
Yeah, $150
It was on sale at Home Depot for $100 the other day.
Was it really?
Yeah, I was tempted to buy it,
I'm
even
glad.
though I have no use for it.
I'm glad I didn't know about that because I probably would have caved. Because it does look like a pretty cool little device.
Yeah, it looks cool. It looks cool.
What would be neat is if they'd made little connectors on top, like the Essential phone, so that you could drop a camera on there if you wanted.
Yeah.
And you could do like video conferencing.
It doesn't have a camera, which I think is a huge plus because I don't trust Google with my data or
What?
a camera in my living room.
Why
or
wouldn't you
bedroom.
trust Big Brother? He loves you.
What kind of
Yeah.
what kind of OS is on this? Just a basic.
It's just Android.
So
No, it's
It's
not.
not?
It's actually
It's not Android?
It's kind of like a Chromecast, which is kind of weird,
Oh.
and it's casting the Google Home Hub software
It casts
Interesting.
up
Yeah.
to the display.
up to the display. It's-
Weird.
yeah, it's super weird.
Super weird.
Because like I say, if it's just Android, you could probably do some sort of Bluetooth camera. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
at long last, they announced the Pixel 3. They have two versions. One that's small with huge bezels on top and bottom.
Well, huge comparatively speaking.
Yeah, huge for 2018.
2 years ago, they wouldn't be huge.
It's bigger than what the S9 has.
Yeah.
And
And
the Note.
For sure.
So I consider that huge. And also the XL, it has a chin at the bottom and a notch on top. So
Why, Google?
the worst of both worlds. What they should have done was no chin at the bottom and just bezel on top.
Yeah, that would have been the best.
That would have been.
Oh, come on. I like the receding hairline up on top.
I don't mind the notch
knot-
if there's no chin at the bottom.
Yes, exactly.
If there's a chin at the bottom, it should not have a notch.
I've read a few reviews on it. We've talked about it already earlier in the episode, but I got to say, I'm honestly, and I'm an Android fanboy. I prefer Android, but I'm not impressed with the Pixel 3 or the Pixel 3 XL because
of the RAM.
Because of the chin and notch. What are they doing?
I don't mind the notch on the iPhone, but this notch is thick.
No, it's big.
It's
and the chin is
thick.
big too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand what Google was going after on that.
I think it's
Probably
an
a chin
ugly
and a
phone,
notch.
but with the camera and the up-to-date software, that's the phone I choose still.
Honestly, and this is probably stupid, but the biggest hang up for me is the RAM. Why would they not do 6 gigs of RAM on an Android phone?
I think 4 gigs is enough.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Probably to beat the price
Tony,
point.
It's because of money. It's because of money, Tony.
You're probably right.
It really is probably to beat the price point since RAM is just so hard to.
Well, and they're still not. I mean, they're kind of
Come
beating
by.
the price point. You're talking 800 for the Pixel 3 and 900 for the XL?
I don't remember.
Wait,
How
isn't
much
the
is that?
reason that RAM is so expensive right now is because of smartphones?
That's one of the reasons, yeah.
Oh.
But
Rats.
I'm pretty sure you're talking 800 for the 3 and 900 for the XL. They're 64 gigs, not expandable memory, so hope you don't fill it up too fast.
Yeah, that's
Hopefully
another
not.
advantage for the Note. Expandable memory.
Yep.
I've kind of got off that now that I've really integrated with Google Drive and with
Yeah, but-
Dropbox, like cloud storage, like
Don't you have a 128?
on mine.
Yeah.
32.
Oh, 32?
Mhm.
Wow.
So
The-
Yeah, so it starts at 800 for the
3.
small version.
Yep.
And Pixel 3 XL is a $100 premium on top of that.
That's what I'm saying.
So if you want more memory, bigger screen, it's going to be like $1,000.
And the Note 9, $1,000 for the base model. But
and you get 6 gigs.
But
of
the
RAM.
base model is 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gig of storage, and expandable storage.
But you have to put up with Samsung's
Let me tell you,
crappy.
after using it now for a month or so, I don't have a problem with it. Honestly, they've worked pretty hard at
toning down the.
not ruining
Yeah.
their OS experience. And then on the also that adds to that is I use Nova Launcher, and so
you put your own.
I put my own launcher on there. So the only TouchWiz stuff I have to deal with is when I go into settings and things like that. Nova
Right.
Launcher doesn't cover that up. But honestly, it's been the favorite phone I've ever had. So if you're gonna spend $900 or $1,000,
Get more RAM.
that Note 9 is very
Or the stylus.
enticing. Yeah, and the stylus. Honestly,
How often do you use the
well,
stylus?
that's what I'm gonna say. Honestly, not super useful, but man, it's a lot of fun to take pictures and draw on them to send to people.
I'll draw mustaches on everybody.
You can
Just
do that,
whoop, whoop.
or like I'll take a screenshot and want to point
Circle it.
something out to someone. I can just circle it real quick with my stylus and then send it off. It's really neat.
The Pixel 3 needs better SEO. I just Googled Pixel 3 price, and Google's website didn't even come up.
Wow.
Yeah. I had to
How does
alter my-
Google's SEO not work good? That doesn't make any sense. So anyway, that's kind of how I feel about the 3 and the 3 XL. I'm sure they're great phones. They're getting good reviews. I mean, most of
Yeah.
the reviews I've seen have been 8 out of 10 or higher.
It has wireless charging now, which means it has a glass back, but it's not. They put like this weird coating on the back.
Yeah.
That's matte coating. Apparently, it scratches really easily, which
Yeah.
is unfortunate.
Is it like a frying
Well, it's not.
pan mat?
It's not a coating. It's a etching. They etch the glass.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's what I read.
So it's like when you see
Wow.
like something that's been engraved in glass, it's like that, but all over the back.
but the whole back to give it a soft touch feel.
Oh yeah, because I was
Yeah.
gonna say, like Jarron was saying earlier, these backs of these phones are so slippery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what we didn't put on the notes, so I'll just hit on real quick, is Razer announced their new phone, the Razer Phone 2.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting. So they said they did a lot of work on the camera because the camera was pretty weak sauce on the first one. With that phone, there's, I think, only one model that you can get. It has a
8 gigs of RAM.
8 gigs of RAM, Snapdragon 845, and 64 gigs of memory with, I believe, expandable storage. Don't quote me on that for sure, though.
But the big highlight is the 120 hertz display.
But yeah, a slightly upgraded version of the 120 hertz display, like better colors, things like that.
So it refreshes 120 times per second, which is crazy because
And-
most displays are 60.
And the touch interface too is 120 hertz, so it's a true 120 hertz display.
Ultra smooth.
That's what Apple tried to fool people in their keynote and saying they had a 120 hertz display on their iPhone Max or
Yeah.
XSs, but it's just the touch interface.
They do in the iPad.
The iPad has a true 120
Yeah.
hertz. This is true. But anyway, so yeah, you got that. And what else was it about it? I think that was about it. Speakers are still supposed to be phenomenal on it.
And it's waterproof now.
Waterproof now. Oh, no. I was going to say they got rid of the headphone jack, but the first one I don't think had a headphone jack either. So
No.
same story on that one.
No.
But yeah, if you're into mobile gaming, that's the device to get right now. It's super nice.
Assuming you like Android games, which I
That's
don't
what I'm
think
saying.
there is that much of a market right now.
If you're into mobile gaming, I think the U.S. doesn't have nearly as many people super into mobile gaming as places like China and things like that. But it's a good looking phone too. And one thing that I thought was interesting, I watched the part of the keynote that they introduced the phone. They actually bragged about the bezels. He's like, look, all the way around the phone, we have a bezel around the whole phone. Even the sides have a slight bezel.
Get over here.
Yeah.
It communicates with outer space, but I want you to look at the curves.
They're like, look at this, because when you're holding it and you're playing, you need a little bit of bezel to keep your hand from touching the screen on the bottom.
When you
and
play
things
the
like
Fortnites.
that. Yeah, and I'm just like, wow, that's a good try it spinning that.
That was useful. Some people are going to fall for that.
Yeah.
You know.
So anyway, pretty cool, and that one has a starting price also of $800, I believe.
Well, and while you were talking about that, it just kind of made me curious whatever happened to that red hydrogen phone.
Yeah,
Do you
they're
remember
still
that?
working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the price for that one's going to be starting at $12.95.
Yep.
Woo! And yeah, still no release date, but they have started handing out some of the first samples.
I just want
And,
to see
uh,
that dang holographic display.
They
dang it.
actually
What
they
does
had
that
a
mean?
really. It has a 3D display.
Yeah, I heard that it's kind of like the 3DS.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Which
too.
I don't know how much. Which it's not really. And by holographic, it's like if you never had a 3DS, it's like you're looking through a window.
Yeah, it's not like it's popping out.
Yeah.
And it kind of hurts your eyes too.
Yeah.
I always turned it off.
It undoes your LASIK. Let's put it like that.
So.
Oh, my bad. It says it's set for an October launch, but
Well,
here we are in October.
But the interesting thing is they just released an announcement, I think 2 weeks ago, that said, so it's supposed to be titanium.
Yep.
And I guess they're having trouble sourcing the titanium or something like
Yeah,
that.
titanium and aluminum, right, are two things right now that are hard to get sourced. because of
Aluminum's
all
not
the,
so hard.
Aluminum.
No, it's the tariffs on the
Yeah.
aluminum.
Oh, yeah. Well, what they said, coincidentally, is if you pre-ordered a titanium one, we are going to send you a free aluminum one sooner than you'll get the titanium one, and you just get to keep that.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Because they can't get enough titanium to make it.
Well, you just made
Exactly.
your money back.
Yeah, so that's I thought that was really
Which, I mean,
interesting.
which honestly is no different. I mean, when it comes to smartphones, what's the strength
It's
difference
the
between
feel,
No.
Owen. It's
Mm-mm.
the feel and
It's
the
bragging
touch and the
rights, I guess.
experience.
supposedly with this one you're supposed to have the highest quality camera available on a mobile device, as well as
For the
expansion connectors to make
we'll
things
see
even-
about that.
For the
That's what I
next-
mean. That's what they're
Yeah.
saying.
for the next 7 days.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I
Hey,
think
you know
for
what?
a
It's
good
bragging
camera,
rights.
I think a good camera on a smartphone requires some heavy lifting in the software department.
Oh,
And-
that's why Google does so
yeah,
well. with
only
theirs.
Google and Apple have enough engineers to do that. I think.
Well, what's kind of
Yep.
funny is you see these commercials that's like shot on an iPhone, and then you actually see some of the behind the scenes photos that have been taken of what the iPhone looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure, it's been captured, but when you see the lenses that were added to the iPhone,
Yeah.
and the storage devices that were put on it, and the focusing, yeah. Anyhow,
That's true.
but speaking of phones, Owen and I actually put
the phone-ocalypse.
the phone-ocalypse.
Zombie phone-ocalypse.
Oh yeah, I love.
Oh, I
It's-
am
it
so
rises from the dead.
excited to talk about this.
This is awesome.
So I knew this would get Jarron riled up, so
Oh,
I
man.
put it on the note. So it's the Palm.
Jarron is a diehard Palm fan.
Hold on. Let me see the size of your hand really quick. Let's compare. Okay, so it's perfect for you.
So we're looking at a 3.3 inch display,
Itty
right?
bitty living space.
So it's I think the whole device is 3.5 inches total.
Yeah,
very
it's
small.
very
Well,
small.
first of all, let's talk about how
Oh.
Palm has been resurrected.
Wait a second. I forgot about this breaking news they had at the very end of the Razer. The back of the Razer phone's logo is RGB chroma.
Yeah.
that's way
They
cool.
now you can change the colors, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
can you
sorry.
Can you set it to auto change?
Yeah, you set to
That's so
to
cool.
auto change or breathe or whatever.
I like
So-
that a lot.
So-
Okay, sorry. Back to Palm.
So anyway-
Palm dies, right?
Yeah.
HP buys them up.
HP bought them and ran them into the ground.
Just destroyed them.
So they
Yeah.
died twice.
They and then a
Yeah.
Chinese company that you might know called TCL bought them.
Yep.
Do you know TCL? Anybody?
They make TVs.
BlackBerry.
That crap.
Oh, they bought BlackBerry too. That's
yeah.
right.
Well, they didn't buy Palm. They bought the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's be clear. There's no Palm DNA in this phone.
Right. Well, that's not what they say. They say there's some things, some of the stuff that they're trying to resurrect inside there.
I guess they
Inside-
resurrected Palm's bad ideas
Oh, somebody's angry.
because they had a lot of bad ideas. Some awesome ones, but also some bad
I'm sorry. Are we
ones.
talking about Destiny right now, or are we talking about Palm?
Yes.
Let's see.
There.
They
So anyway, it's a tiny 3.3-inch phone. Has a 1280 by 720 display. Snapdragon 435, so it's like pretty underpowered, but it's a tiny phone, so whatever.
this is being billed as like a companion phone.
Yeah.
So like when you don't want your
Yeah.
big phablet.
They're
'Cause
not
you're-
even selling it as a phone.
Yeah.
They're only selling it as a
As an-
second device
Yeah.
on
You
Verizon.
have
Yeah.
to buy it as an add-on.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. So they have one of
It's
the
a
things.
pager for your phone.
So it's Android. It's running 8.1 Oreo,
Yep.
which is okay.
But it's not even an Android user face. User interface. They completely reskinned it.
It's like apps. It's like a smartwatch.
This device is one step above the jitterbug. That's what this is.
Wait, why does that sound so familiar? The
Jitterbug.
jitterbug.
The jitterbug was a phone put out for old people and children
Oh, that's
that
right.
had
It had
four phone
buttons.
numbers,
Yeah.
one on each button.
So they're
really?
saying
Yeah.
this is the phone you use on the weekends.
Yeah.
When you need something, but you don't need a lot.
When you
It's
don't
for
want
the-
to, you don't want to worry about getting all your emails from
Yeah.
work and blah blah blah.
It's
And
for the
do you-
man on the go.
Do you know what that device is? It's the smartwatch that's connected to the cell network.
You talking about this?
Or do you know what that device is? Nothing. Turn your phone off.
Yeah, that too.
Well, so
Get
there's
some
some.
self-control.
Yeah.
Jaron said there's no Palm DNA, but they are putting in a drawing interface that's doing its best to recall memories of Palm's graffiti typing system.
Yeah, so it's like a search
Oh,
thing.
That
You
thing sucked.
you press a button and you like draw the letter C and it'll pull up a search of apps that start with C and
Yeah.
other actions within apps that start with C. The only good thing I'll say about this phone is it looks pretty.
It
does.
look nice, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, they show people. The press shows people wearing it on a lanyard. Like,
Well, let me tell you, we make fun of TCL, but right now they are the company to beat when it comes to bargain 4K HDR televisions.
really?
They put out a couple of TVs that are 4K HDR with built-in Roku, and
They're good TVs.
they're very, very good for the price and just
Yeah.
good in general, and they're cheap. So I think that's what they kind of go for. It sounds like this company in general, something cheap that they think they can just sell. That
Just a
is-
few of
is-
a million. They need to sell a million of them.
Yeah,
They'll
you
get their
know,
money back.
exactly. They-
Idea dies or whatever. It doesn't go forward. It doesn't matter. It was a little. So these are going to be coming out at $350.
$350
in
for a
November.
companion device.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
They have to
Well,
pay $10 more a month
I was-
to
Because
use.
it
I was
has
about
to
to
have a
say-
SIM card in it, right? You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say that's crazy, but that's just like Apple Watch.
Yeah, it's like a smartwatch, but
But it's
you
less
don't wear it on your wrist.
Yeah, it's
You
less
can't.
good.
They,
It's
they
less
have-
convenient.
You can wear it. You can wear it in an armband. So kind
Oh,
of like a
geez.
what if like a giant Apple
Oh.
Watch up on your arm?
I think that was one thing that they actually talked about in the article I read anyway was they're positioning it also toward like people that like to go exercising and not bring their phone.
Gigantic,
It's small. You put it on an armband and it has your music and
Then
stuff
get
in
a
it too.
watch.
Yeah, I was going to say the watch. At that point, Owen, I feel like what you're describing is you might as well just take your iPad and just strap it to your arm.
I think that why haven't people done that? Why are they buying Apple Watches when you can do that?
Do you know what this feels like to me? This feels like the alternate reality where Germany won World War II.
Wow.
And this is the type of phone we have in the future.
I don't know if that's
a good
apt,
idea.
I don't know if that's an apt comparison.
Yeah, like there was a ban on wristbands, and so they were
Yeah.
like, we can't make.
I
We
say
have to do
nope.
these.
I say no longer.
All right.
If it
Poor,
needs the Apple Watch.
poor Palm.
Get in there. They're just being used to bring that's just the name where people are like, oh, I remember Palm. All the Jarrons out there.
Yep.
To be
They're
fair,
like,
we're talking
I'll
about
get
it.
that.
So you're getting that press.
Do you know what's sad? I still want it.
I knew you would.
You want it like you want a girlfriend from high school.
I
To
look
where
at the
it's
back,
like you see it and from afar it looks great.
I look at the backside and I see the logo Palm and I'm like, oh, I kind of want that in my pocket.
Nostalgically,
What
like,
happened
WebOS.
to Palm because they led the market with the Pearl. Everybody I knew
That was
had
the
the Pearl.
BlackBerry.
I'll tell you
I
what.
am not talking about the same thing, guys. Let's
That
move
was
on.
that was definitely the BlackBerry.
Yep.
Yeah.
What happened to Palm? Well, iPhone. iPhone's what happened to Palm.
Yeah, the problem was the pre was amazing. It was just
It was
sluggish.
janky.
The software was awesome. It was just sluggish.
Janky.
And they didn't really resolve that till year 3.
Yeah, and it's
And
too
by
long.
then it was
Apple
too
had already,
late.
Apple had already undercut the market.
Yeah,
Oh, and Android. Like
and Android at that point.
The thing is, it wiped the floor, like the features. It wiped the floor with Android and iPhone at the time, but it was just
But if
so
it's-
dang slow.
I was going to say, if it's janky, then
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how good the concept is.
Yeah.
You know. All right, last mobile thing we're going to talk about real quick actually ties back into Note 9 versus iPhone XS Max. Terrible name.
It's supposed to be
I
10s
hate
Max.
that name so much.
We're not
Now
supposed to
that
say
I know
X.
that
You're
Alan
supposed to
Rickman's
say
dead.
10. You're supposed to say 10.
So the XS Max went up against the Note 9 on a YouTube channel called Phone Buff. This guy is really cool. I recommend checking out his videos. Basically, he's him and whoever have assembled this robot that can work on both phones at the same time, and they can time a speed test on how long it takes to open apps, close everything, and reopen everything.
All I'm thinking of when you say that is just like a binary robot.
That's
just
what
like,
it is. If you watch it, it's just a robot that has a stylus, and it just goes bloop, bloop, and touches it.
So
And-
it's like the IKEA robots that test the furniture.
Yeah.
that like pull out on the
but
door.
but it's programmed to run a looped sequence, so
Oh.
it moves all around the screen and everything.
oh, cool.
It's really quite interesting. And then he's also, this is the first time he's done it, but he's formulated a battery test using the same robots.
Oh well, that's just you set it on the table. And you know how it plugged in, right? You see how long the battery lasts.
No, that would be a standby battery test. This is an active battery test.
Active battery test.
Running
So-
the same apps then.
Yeah, running the same apps at the same time, and they go through and they make sure the volume's the same, like down to the decibel. They make sure the screen brightness is the same, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, they did use the more expensive Note 9 with the 8 gigs of RAM. That costs $150 more than the 10s Max.
Well,
yeah,
that's not
for the speed test.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of funny because the iPhone XS Max still won. As far as the speed test goes, the iPhone XS Max came out on top. Now they also did, like I said, the first time doing a battery test. Now it's interesting because the iPhone XS Max on the speed test won by a margin of what, like 10%, 8%, something like that. On
Processor.
the battery end, though, this was fascinating. So the battery end, they just do it side by side. The robot runs its thing, and they time it and everything, and then they look at the percentage of battery left after each test and go basically till they hit 0. iPhone XS Max hit 0, and the Note 9 still had 38% battery life left.
Wow.
Almost 40% better battery life on the Note 9.
Well, as I discussed with Tony earlier today, that doesn't test standby time.
Yeah, it doesn't
And
test standby time, but
iPhones
meh.
have always been good with standby.
So we'll see. You know, how important is that? Debatable.
Pieces here, James. Go get
Oh,
the door.
for real?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
I did not set a time limit on when this needed to come.
yeah, we told you to.
Yeah, I forgot.
Quick, he's been waiting.
So anyway, it was very interesting. Real world use obviously isn't straight 1-to-1 comparison on that, but because that would be basically if you sat there with your iPhone XS Max and used it straight for like, I don't know, 9 hours or whatever, however long the battery depletion
It's a
test
lot of
took.
work to program the robots to handle this
It's
test.
yeah. He
You think
says
they would have found like a software solution for this?
he said at the beginning of his video that it took him a year to make this happen with his
Wow.
robots. So he's been working on this for a long time.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Robots are cool.
Yeah. So anyway, that was pretty interesting. Give that a look. I recommend it. All right. So I think we're going to pause real quick and go eat some pizza? Is
Yeah.
that what we're going to do? Okay. We're going to pause real quick, go eat some pizza. You won't know. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're back.
That was
working?
delightful. Thank you for the pizza, James.
Yes, it was delicious.
That was such good num
I
nums
don't,
for my
you don't
tum-tums.
you don't even remember why you got it for us, but we do.
Now, if
not
you
either.
guys are able to travel back in time to talk to past tense James, tell him to get another pizza. Because that was not enough. Because James is going to be stopping by Wendy's on the way home.
There you go. Future James is buying Wendy's, while past James bought pizza.
I am sorry, Jarron. Every time I eat gluten-free stuff, it tastes
all
like
right.
cardboard to me.
What was
You
man.
know,
that
I
paste on it?
accidentally ate a gluten-filled pizza a couple months ago, and I thought, this is the best pizza I've ever had. I wonder why it tastes so good. And later I found out it's because it had gluten in it.
Later you found out as in later like
And ever since then, gluten-free pizza just hasn't been as good.
I think that makes sense why your comment today up there was like, I know it's not as good as that one, but you
'Cause
guys
he
can
does
try
know.
because you do now.
Yes, I know now.
Is it like in The Giver when they actually see the kids that are in color and not in black and white?
Yeah,
And
he
now
saw-
you know what you're missing?
He saw the color of pizza.
I did.
Very briefly one evening.
I
Can
saw
that be
the
the name of this
sign.
episode, The Color of Pizza?
Yes.
And it opened up my eyes.
I like that. All right. We
I
just have
scored the name of the episode.
a couple of, what was that? Or lots of mobile talk. That was going to be the name of the
Oh, that was horrible.
No, we need to trick people into thinking that it's about pizza.
episode. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we'll get a.
Bring up the bird graveyard. That's the best one. Do you guys
Do you
follow
have
that?
Do you guys have a bird graveyard at your work?
Okay.
Oh, for the scooters?
Yeah.
All
You
right.
guys-
Wait, what?
wait,
There's a
what?
bird
Yeah.
graveyard? Can you buy them for super cheap?
No, it's an Instagram
Oh.
thing where people are hating on these Lime scooters and bird scooters. The Instagram account is a complete photographic evidence of just people destroying them,
Seriously?
just wrecking the crap out of them,
Oh, jeez.
and then like piling them up, stealing them, piling them up into like garages, like storage units, like. Oh, it's great.
Those have GPS.
Yeah.
Yeah, but once the GPS
what do you do?
dies,
Or what do you? Yeah, once the battery's dead.
Well, you'll know what the last check-in was.
then
Yeah.
you move it after that.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
or you just
Well-
literally destroy the crap out of it. You pick it up, you throw it on the ground. Some of these are literally like destroying it.
I mean, it's obvious where the GPS module is. It's
So-
right on top.
And my comment for this, I wonder if Bird and Lime took into account the cost of human indecency. like
Probably not.
it's like everybody's gonna love these, and then 50% of their scooters are destroyed. So we rode the scooters for the podcast. It was
Yeah,
fun.
The bird ones.
I decided, since I work in Salt Lake, I was going to get one and ride it myself and maybe use it as a commute and be like, hey, maybe does this beat the train? Because I can take the train up to City Creek and go to the food court up there.
Okay, for lunch or
Yeah,
whatever?
for lunch.
All right.
And so I thought, I'll get on this bird scooter. First of all, not all bird scooters are the same. Mine, when we got on the Gadget spot, was fantastic. Shocks were good. Acceleration was good. Nothing rattled or brakes.
I don't think
didn't-
any of us had a bad experience.
No,
when we
and
took
I
it.
and I kind of
Also,
thought they
let's
were all the
pimp
same.
that video really quick. If you want to see what it's like, go to youtube.com/whatevers. Just go to the search bar, check out Gadget Spots.
And,
Just
and you
find
can,
the one with the
and
scooters.
you can see the part where I tried to get a shot of me zooming between Tony and Jarron.
We didn't know what you were doing.
I know, and I didn't communicate that. I thought maybe they'd get it with my body language,
around,
which was
go
go
around.
around. And
That's not how you pass somebody.
and I
Favorite
made,
line of the night from
yeah,
Tony.
I made Tony a little bit nervous.
Almost pooped my pants.
Yeah.
So yeah, go to youtube.com and then check out Gadget Spot.
But so I rode one. I got on one and I rode it up to Salt Lake, and it was horrible experience. It was rattly. It was broken. The brakes squeaked. So I pulled over. I saw a whole nest of these birds.
Yeah.
That's what they call them, nests. Anyway,
That makes sense. What do they call the limes that are all together? Like a
Clever.
bushel?
Yeah,
don't know.
bushels.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
who knows? I haven't investigated that.
The squeeze?
So I try and get on them. I'm like, I'm going to trade in this bird because I was halfway there
Yeah.
for one that is awesome because
Right.
I better tires because they're different. They're actually different models. All of them were broken. There was like 10 of them, and I was like, how convenient. Let me choose one. Scanned. This bird's out of commission. Scanned. This bird's out of commission.
Oh, man.
So somebody had piled
Oh,
up.
man.
Somebody had piled up 10 birds.
This
Anyway.
Instagram account is making me sad.
It's bad, right? It's if you go look out, go check out. It'll be in the show notes, but it's called Bird Graveyard. And
Do you think they have them paid off by the time that they die?
I can't imagine so.
How much do you think they are a piece?
They're like
Jarron knows-
$450
Yeah.
a piece.
Oh,
400.
okay, that's not bad.
Probably for corporate discounts, maybe
Yeah.
$350.
Right. But they are, some of the videos and stuff are pretty graphic of them just smashing the bird to pieces. Just you see
It is bad.
Yeah, but they get charged. Wait, I guess if
No,
they don't
'cause
scan it.
They don't lock the wheels. The wheels don't get locked up, so you could
Just push yourself away with it.
Oh, this is how we ruin
and they're light.
nice
You can just
things.
pick it up.
Yeah. So anyway, it's just I think that's kind of a funny story that I don't know. I looked at them and was like, oh yeah, they're probably rethinking their business model, depending on how much traction this gets. So this was recently featured on what's that comedian with the name Black?
Lewis Black?
Lewis
Oh,
Black.
I hate that guy.
Yeah, he recently was ranting about something on the Daily Show or something, and that's how I found this. That's how I found this Instagram account, but it was funny.
People need to not be such jerks.
Well, that's why we can't have nice things.
Right.
You know,
Like
people
as a
just
society.
break stuff, and they're like, nah.
I'm gonna break this because it's funny.
It's funny.
You see people just walking by, they'll just grab a bird and throw it in a dumpster. And then the garbage sanitation comes along,
And
those
they
big dumpsters,
just
and
dump
they
it.
and then they crush it.
Yeah.
And so
Oh
it's,
my
yeah,
gosh.
so it's just
But
Lame.
anyway.
but at the same time, I mean, if they had stations to drop them off and they can lock them
I wonder if they got to have insurance on them.
Yeah,
like,
they
they
gotta
got
charge 'em.
insurance.
Oh, that hurt. This particular video is a woman falling right on her face.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
That's
is
how this movement got started.
they're
She
not
was angry.
liable if somebody hurts themselves, right?
No, you accept their terms and conditions on the app, and
Yeah.
that frees them of any liability.
And then if you don't sign it and you just take it for a free ride, like down a hill, then obviously you're on your own too.
Right.
So
Real quick, also we need to hit on the Intel announced their new desktop CPUs. Pizza. made
Core
my
i9s,
tongue go.
right?
So yeah, they're bringing Core i9 mainstream CPUs to the market because before you could get an i9, but that was only their extreme edition stuff. So now they're going to offer basically the same thing AMD does, an 8-core, 16-threaded chip for your mainstream consumer, the i9 9900K.
is it a socket change?
No, actually.
Oh, okay.
They didn't change the socket from last year's, which is surprising to me.
Right.
But so now the i9 is your top dog on your mainstream. i7 is the next best. So the i9 comes with 8 cores with hyperthreading, so 16 threads, just like the AMD 2700K or 2700X, 2700, or the 1800X or the 1700X, et cetera, et cetera. And then you can get an i7, which I think is a 9700K. I can't remember exactly, but that one has 8 cores, no hyperthreading, so just 8 physical cores. Or you can get the i5, which is 6 physical cores, no hyperthreading. And so when they kicked this off, they had their keynote and everything, and they trotted out these benchmarks that they hired a company to do. And basically saying, look, these benchmarks show that these chips are up to 30 to 50% faster than the AMD stuff, the 2700X, blah, blah, blah. And when people started looking closely into the benchmarks and how the benchmarks were done, they realized that this company doing the benchmarks had pretty severely crippled the AMD CPUs
No way.
by changing the settings on them.
Oh.
So AMD has an option for their Threadripper CPUs that is called gaming mode. And what gaming mode does is it halves the core count so that it doesn't have to talk over the Infinity Fabric and potentially slow down a few of the games. Not all games are affected by that, but some of them are. And I believe it might even increase the base clock a tiny bit. Maybe not. I can't remember for sure. But I know basically the main thing it does is it halves it so that the CPU dies don't have to talk across that Infinity Fabric and introduce latency. Now, when you apply that to a Ryzen chip, their mainstream stuff, it also halves the cores. So they were comparing at what had become a 4-core chip versus an 8-core chip on the Intel side.
Oh, I bet the haters were out in force.
People
on that.
freaked
Oh my
out on the
gosh.
tech sites. There's the YouTube channel called Gamers Nexus, and the guy on there, he went to town on this company and on Intel for coordinating and paying for these benchmarks. So the company got taken to task. I think it's called Precision something or another benchmarks. They got taken to task on it and redid all the benchmarks and fixed the BIOS settings to turn off gaming mode and all that stuff. So it's a more apples to apples comparison.
How'd they come out on that?
and basically the Intel's lead on that went down to about 12%.
Oh, okay.
A 12% increase in frame rates overall for gaming. However, you're looking at a 12% increase over the AMD stuff, but it's like a 60 to 70% price increase to jump onto Intel's 8-core 16-thread.
And most games nowadays just aren't CPU bound.
Yeah, it's kind of rare you find a game. It's usually when that's the case, it's because the game isn't optimized very well at this point.
PUBG.
Yeah. Another one actually is Assassin's Creed Odyssey is running into this problem.
Have you played that game at all yet?
Oh, yeah. I'll have to save this for next week because we're almost out of time. But remind me next week. I got into the Google Project Stream beta.
Ooh, I almost did that.
So I've been checking out what it's like to stream Assassin's Creed Odyssey over my network to play it remotely, just like NVIDIA does with.
Is it worth it?
Well, they haven't given a price on how much it's going to cost. I guess I could just do a quick review of it right now because basically all I'm going to say is it doesn't work very good.
That's disappointing.
And that's a great review.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, it's in beta, so I expected it to be like this, but I put on my second screen, I put a command prompt and a continuous ping going to see if my internet's dropping packets or having latency to see how much does that affect the actual gameplay while I'm playing it. And I can tell you that there is definite correlation if I have some latency pop up in my ping or drop packets. But then there's a lot of times, too, where the resolution would drop real bad or the controls would be janky. And there was no issues with my ping or latency at that point. And so that was when I was like, okay, this is definitely not ready for prime time. So
I don't think game streaming is the future. Maybe it will be 10, 15 years down the road. But
can we place a bet on that?
Well,
because I think it is.
It depends on what future you're talking. Are you talking about the near future, or are you talking 20 years down the road?
I just said maybe 10, 15 years down the road.
If everyone had your connection, Jarron, a 1 gig fiber connection with super low ping, streaming gaming would be definitely doable.
Like
it feels like anyone that has a 1 gig connection would also have a nice computer to match it.
Exactly the point I was going to make next. So the only people, and Microsoft announced theirs too, I think we talked about last time, or maybe that was before last, it's called Xstream. They're getting into that game as well, where you can stream Xbox games from their servers to any device.
Yeah.
Computer, phone, tablet, whatever.
But the current infrastructure in the U.S. especially,
it's just not good enough.
It's a barrier to entry for that. But
and it's embarrassing that it's mainly in the U.S.
I've never heard a good experience from that. Even Nintendo's doing that on the Switch. Like Resident Evil 7
in Japan
it's streamed to the Switch because the Switch can't handle it.
Which they're also doing Assassin's Creed Odyssey as well.
Weird.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you can play Assassin's Creed Odyssey on your Switch if you're in Japan or Europe. Maybe either one. Anyway, I can't remember. I just know it's not in America, but it streams it from their servers.
But there is no other countries,
right,
Tony? That's what I was taught.
Rasterization.
So
only what you can see in front of you.
That's right. We're all rasterized.
Everybody else is an NPC.
So anyway, it's a good thing that they're doing beta on this because it is not ready for prime time. NVIDIA's was better for sure. When I tested that for them. Anyway. What else? I think that's. We got anything else, guys? Was there something else you wanted to hit on?
The Kickstarter project we're doing?
Oh yeah. Well, real quick, Jarron has a one he's had on our notes for the last 3 episodes that he wanted to talk about.
Finally, my day has come.
Let's talk about electric
Is it the
pedal.
Pixel Slate?
No, it's electric bikes. They are becoming awesome. So I kind of went down this rabbit hole because...
Isn't this just a motorcycle with extra steps?
No.
Anyway, I kind of fell down this rabbit hole because of James. A couple months ago, he brought his boosted board over.
I love my boosted
and
board.
I tried it, and I'm horrible on a longboard, but I was okay enough to have it give me the bug.
He went back and forth twice.
A little bit of it was the shoes you were wearing, too. You were wearing skater shoes. You were wearing dress shoes.
Yeah, man. I was wearing dress shoes that day. I don't know why, but I was. Anyway, so I started searching for electric scooters, and we tried the Bird scooters, and that was just so fun. And I thought I could commute to work like this. And then I started to realize, well, a scooter I'd be able to get to work maybe once, and then I'd have to recharge. Anyway, fast forward.
So you would get to work and then have to charge it at work?
Yeah. not a good experience. So anyway, I found The Verge ran this article about it's called the Mate X. It's an electric bike. It's a pedal bike. It's not a motorcycle. Anyway, this is the coolest thing. It's a project on Indiegogo, but
it's concluded.
It's concluded,
But you can still pre-order through it. I think.
you can.
And you can still get the discounts.
Well,
They're
as good of a
nearly
discount.
as good of discounts.
I don't know. I'm looking at 58% off right here.
They added $100 to the price.
What?
Since when I ordered it.
Oh, I guess that's still
You
pretty
ordered
good.
it?
Yeah.
I ordered it too.
What?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
How much was it when you guys?
He got 2 of them.
Well, I bought 2 because my wife
The wife?
wanted one.
Oh, yeah.
My wife.
How much were they? How much were they when they were still funding through the project?
So
this is why you guys want to do the Kickstarter thing, huh?
no, I already
No.
paid for this.
Okay.
Yeah, this is our own money for sure.
Dang it.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a company that's put out a product before, so I trust them to deliver.
One of
more
my
than-
friends, my good friends, actually has one of their first bikes, and he likes it quite a bit.
Yeah, and it's supposed to come out in like 2 months anyway. So anyway, the bike I ordered has a 750 watt engine. It can go up to 30 miles an hour.
We bought the same bikes.
Yeah,
You
and
guys are going to be wearing helmets on this, right?
Yep,
30 miles an hour.
which
that's
goes into
fast.
my
I know.
Kickstarter project after. Anyway,
Which is crazy because you say 30 miles an hour and it doesn't sound that fast.
When you're open air,
yeah.
30 miles an hour is fast.
feels like,
cruising.
especially on a bike with small
So
wheels.
it's either pedal assisted or you can use the thumb throttle on it.
And just go.
Let's be
Yeah.
honest, you're not pedaling anything.
When you pedal, does it recharge?
No.
No, it
When
just
you brake, does it recharge?
it just
Nah.
takes less power if you pedal because
Oh.
it's a pedal assisted. So
Yeah.
it can go up to 80 miles on a charge
With no pedal assisting.
with pedal assisting. I'm not
Okay.
sure how much it would
80
be.
miles?
Yeah.
then that's kind of
That
a
is absolutely insane.
That's kind of a misnomer, though, with how much pedal assisting.
Let me tell you, the only thing I'm worried about is if I can ride it. I will do pedal assist if it keeps me from sweating. I'm
Yeah.
fine with it.
Exactly.
See, I'm more of a, if I move my mouse more than this, or if I do more than take a drink of Mountain Dew out of a can, I start to sweat.
Yeah,
So
when Owen gets to about the 30% left, he tosses the can.
yeah, it's just too much work.
It's
I
not
can't.
worth it.
Now my thing is I'm anxious to see because Tony, you're a tall guy,
I took this into consideration. If
and you live down the hill.
Yep. Now, if you look through their FAQ, this bike specifically, it's made
Which
by...
one did you get?
I got the
gonna look like
750S, I think.
Are you gonna look like a clown on a small bike?
I was worried about that.
Okay.
I was worried about that, but on
Holy moly!
their
That was a hefty price.
well, that's 2 of them. On their fact there, they have listed. Now, I didn't know this, but people from Denmark are usually taller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they have designed this bike to fit comfortably men up to 7 feet tall.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
Giants.
And up to, I think, 400 pounds or 350 pounds.
I got to watch the
So
video.
I fit well within the recommended specs, which is doesn't happen very often for
Right.
me.
It's a cool bike. It folds up on itself, so it's easy to like put in the car.
Yep.
It looks like a pedal bike. It doesn't look like anything like a motorcycle. So it's small. It has like this display telling you
It
how
does-
much charge you have left, how fast you're going.
It's got gears.
It does
It's
look
got
very
gears, which is
European.
cool.
I will
Yeah.
admit that.
It looks kind of like a cross between like a European bike and a BMX bike.
If a
It's kinda what it
unicycle
looks like.
kept telling itself it could, this is what it would be.
I grew an extra wheel.
I can have 2 wheels. I can do it. But yeah, it's pretty neat. Now, the article you read on The Verge talked about just this bike or bikes in general?
Just this bike.
Oh, okay.
Everybody's off-roading and looking like they're having so much fun, except
I
for
know.
that guy. Oh my god.
Well, I've read another article too. I can't remember who this one. I think it was Digital Trends. Anyway, so I've read 2 articles. The author of the article got to ride one of these bikes for like a weekend. And that's what the Verge guy was doing.
Yep.
And they both said it's a pre-production model, but it was awesome.
Yeah.
Like they both said it was just super fun to ride.
Just so we all can regret not doing it before. How much was the original? What's like the perks?
It was
that-
$100 off.
Oh, okay.
What it is.
So
right
yeah,
now.
it's actually not that much more expensive
Yeah.
than what.
Right.
So right now for 2, it's $21.99, and
Okay.
so yeah, probably $2,000 for 2.
for 2.
Yeah.
That's not
And
bad.
that's
$2,099.
Anyway-
$200 shipping because it's shipping from
Oh,
Denmark.
Yeah.
right.
But if you buy the 2-pack, you only pay 1 shipping,
Right.
so $200.
But still, for that size of charge and like, that's not
It's
bad
a
deal at
really
all.
good
Yeah.
deal. If they come through on the quality end, it's still a bit of a gamble because it is crowdfunding. But like Jarron said, they've put out a bike before. I know someone who has that bike. He's very satisfied with it. But
They can
yeah,
ride it to
bang,
work 4 months out of the year.
bang for your
Yeah.
buck. could be really good.
Here's the thing. I loved that boosted board more than I loved most humans. And I will admit there was times where it's like you hit gravel or you need to go up like a curb or something, just like on a driveway.
Right.
And you got to hop off.
Yeah.
And like every time you hop off, it kind of takes you out of the experience. You want to keep going, right?
Guess what you don't have to do on a bike?
Yeah. Well, that's
Hop
the
off.
thing is I'm looking at this and I'm like, man, like maybe I could
And
talk my wife into
the thing that pushed me over the edge on this, because I was sold on a boosted board, was the fact that with the campaign and still with the current pricing they have for pre-order, I could get the fully loaded version of this bike for cheaper than the boosted board I wanted to get.
Yeah.
The one that had like the bigger
battery.
Which,
Yeah,
by
all
the
that
way,
stuff.
my buddy bought the stealth version of the booster board, which I think is the one that
That's
you're
the one
talking
I was
about.
looking at.
It's the one that's made out of fiberglass.
Yep.
It's wider and it has the better battery.
Yep.
Oh my gosh,
It's
Tony.
awesome.
That one is so much better than the one that I had.
Yeah.
Also, I can't believe that they took that back. The one
After
that
how
I
much
had.
you rode it.
Dude, I fell off of it. I told you about that. I got a concussion, right?
That was the dinosaur.
Yeah, in the
incident.
dinosaur costume. And then I rode it down the canyon, and I had to bail off the canyon trail, and it went down into a riverbed.
I wonder if they
And they still took it back.
Oh, I
still
wonder
took
if
it back.
they expect some of them to come back like that.
They have to.
Yeah, because it's a skateboard.
I can't be the
you
only
know?
one. I'm not Tigger. I'm not the only one.
I'm super excited for this, and
I am
being
too.
such a small human as I
You're
am,
gonna fly.
I want to fly in that
Yeah.
thing. I
Oh,
bet
yeah.
I could get above 30 miles an hour, and I bet my range will be higher than the average person.
Higher than mine, that's for sure.
That's your superpower.
It looks super fun.
It does.
Electronic
I'm very
thing-
excited.
Electronic things work better for Jarron, and that's his superpower.
Oh, that is a superpower.
Not electronic things,
Yeah.
electronic motor
Electronic
things.
motored things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's other companies out there doing electronic bikes. There's this bike called Ampler. It looks like a real legitimate bike with no motor in it at all. Like
Yeah.
the batteries are built into the frame. You don't even see where the motor is. There's cool electric bikes now.
Now the Mate X is definitely a different looking bike, like we talked
Yeah.
about before. You see someone on one of those on the road, you can be like, "That's kind of a weird looking
Yeah.
bike."
Yeah. But there's electric bikes out there that look completely normal.
Totally
Now,
sleeper.
do you
Yeah.
have to get these colors? Are these
No,
like?
they have like 8 different colors to choose.
Because I was
from.
gonna say I kind of dig these colors up here, but these are also awesome.
Yeah, you can pick the different colors afterward.
Which ones? What colors did you guys get?
I just got black. I just want a black.
2 black ones.
No, for my wife, I ordered the
A pink one.
gray. I think.
Oh,
I thought you got white.
Oh, was it white?
Yeah, you got white. I got white.
Black and white. That's cool.
No, I didn't get white. I got one you had to pay extra for. It was like an extra $50.
I thought you got white.
No, I got black
Oh.
and then a silver or gray one that you have to pay extra for the paint or something. I don't know. It's one my wife wanted.
Just bring it home and spray paint it, man.
Yeah, that's worth it.
Go all Fern Gully on it and draw just X's on it.
All right, one last thing we want to hit on, unless there's anything else you wanted to hit on this time, Owen.
I'm not going to talk about really a lot, but there's a really funny video out there about Star Citizen
yes.
face mapping. So
Good one.
Oh, I watched that after you posted it, and
yeah.
it's terrifying.
I put this in our Reddit,
Yeah.
or not Reddit, in
it's
our
a Reddit,
Slack.
it's a Reddit, so it's a Reddit video, and it is absolutely. I had low expectations, and I came out of that thing wanting to watch it again. There's a couple swears, so it's not safe for work, but
So I stumbled upon this video last night in bed, and I'm sitting there next to my wife. She's on her phone. I'm on my tablet. We're just hanging out. And I start watching. I just start laughing, and I keep laughing. She's like, "What the heck are you watching?" And I showed it to her, and even she laughed at it.
so it's face over IP, right? That's what FOIP
it
stands
made me
for.
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
So it's face mapping, and it is VR.
It's
right?
shocking how good
No, it's
it
not.
is.
It's not VR.
Oh.
It's Star
No, no.
Citizen.
Okay.
They just had a camera just
Oh,
facing
okay.
it.
webcam.
All it is it's his webcam on top of his monitor looking
and
at his
it
face.
is shockingly amazing how good it is,
Yeah.
and at the same time very, very creepy. But
So it doesn't take on the shape of the face or anything like that, but it maps the movement of your face to your avatar.
yeah, to
So
your
you watch
cheek muscles, jaw, teeth, eyebrows,
everything,
forehead.
like everything.
I
like
mean,
wrinkles appear when
yeah.
they.
when he
it
races.
was really good. But what's better is the guy that was doing the video is
He's so funny.
hilarious.
So yeah,
that'll be in the notes. You gotta check that video out because it is great.
agreed. All right, last thing we're going to close on is last time we talked about a crowdfunding experiment that we were going to do.
Yep.
Where each of us was going to pick something off Indiegogo or Kickstarter and back it. And then we're going to follow it through to the end and see how the quality is of the item we ordered. There's
What were the prerequisites on this? Before?
prerequisites basically were try not to go with a super established company like someone that's already well
Was
established.
it okay if we went with something that's fully funded?
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that, but I
Yeah.
don't think that's a problem.
Yeah.
Pretty much
okay.
everything
Mine
you
was.
do is fully funded anyway.
So
I mean, I went into it with a little bit of a head on my shoulders. I didn't just want to throw the money away.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
So, I looked for
we looked
things
for something that looked applicable
plausible.
to us and that we'd enjoy. And
Owen's going to really enjoy his.
we each we had about $70 a piece. Anything over that you had to fund yourself, but we tried to keep it under $100. So it's a little more just on the affordable side as far as like you don't have to think too hard about spending that money or not. And so let's go around the table and talk about what we backed, and then we'll give you updates on every episode as they come along. So Jarron, what did you back?
All right, so going into the electric bike that I purchased, I needed a bike helmet, and I found this Indiegogo. It's made by Park and Diamond. They claim to be ex-SpaceX engineers. I think I find that hard to believe.
Well, there's a reason why they're ex-SpaceX engineers.
Oh,
Sick burn.
Anyway, they made a foldable bike helmet. It looks like a normal hat with like the one bill, but it has straps coming out from underneath it, and it has like this soft covering on top. But you can fold it into like the cylindrical tube.
You're gonna look like such a fancy man wearing it.
Well, I'm just curious.
It really does have like a baseball cap feel.
How
Yeah.
does it
to
protect your head?
Well, it has
What does it use?
the shell underneath it is, I think it's made of
Your
like
skull?
plastic.
I like that they've got even ventilation they show in the animation. They're like, look, we let cold air vent in so that your hair doesn't get ruined. Jarron has to care so much about that
This is
because
true.
of that hair, the Nathan Drake hair.
Yeah.
He really has to put
If
a
you
lot of
cover
effort
it up,
into
it will go away.
Yeah.
But
Do
it's,
you ever wear hats, Jarron?
no, I don't.
Oh, I can't
Remember
even-
that was
I
the
can't even-
deal.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what that would look
It's
like.
the deal I made with my hair, so it never falls out.
Oh.
Anyway, so it folds up. It's like has this weird foldable pattern in the plastic, and it folds up if you squish it one way, and then you put it into the cylinder, and it you can put it in your backpack. And I find that very appealing because if I'm going to commute to work on a bike,
Yeah.
I don't want to carry around a helmet with me all day, so I could just put it into my backpack. And
But how effective? Do they say it's as good as a regular helmet?
they say it's better than a regular helmet.
What?
Yeah, but what's the safety rating?
Is it
I
DOT
don't know.
approved?
How many people?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Because
It's
that's
Indiegogo.
motorcycle
Right,
helmet.
yeah.
Is this
level.
it right here? The Park and Diamond?
Yeah, the Park
Yeah,
and Diamond.
Are you,
That doesn't look like a helmet at all, does it?
dude? Are you
Like,
serious?
that looks like someone would throw an egg at my
So
head.
what
and it
we're
would
gonna
hurt.
do?
It looks like the top of your head went camping.
We're gonna take we're gonna take a 1 inch stick, 1 inch thick stick, and we're gonna hit you on the head with it when you get that
To test
see-
it out,
to
Is
obviously.
that a
test it
real
out.
thing? Do we actually get to do this?
Yeah, for
Jarron-
science.
Yeah.
Can I drop a drone on it?
No. We're gonna hit him with a
Can
stick.
I drop a drone on it?
Yes.
Anyway,
Sure.
So
we have to test it out, right?
Well, I mean, we got to give it some test for sure.
Yeah.
It's made out of this material that doesn't bounce as much, so you have less shock into your head. So apparently it's really safe, and it folds up, and it looks somewhat okay to
It's
wear.
better than nothing.
Yeah.
All right. What was the price on it?
It was $84.
Okay.
I could have got it cheaper had I
Invested earlier.
Invested earlier.
Gotcha.
But
Owen, what'd you get?
I went with the Slim Zero.
Slim Zero.
Mhm, Yep, Slim Zero. Let me
What
just
is
read-
that?
The Slim Zero, the world's most innovative toilet seat.
Oh, that's right.
There it
my
is.
I
gosh.
forgot.
So
that you
I have been. You don't
Oh
have
my
kids yet.
gosh.
No.
Jaron never went. Did you ever go baby wipes? Flushable baby wipes?
Yes, I did.
And then you went back.
yes, I did.
I don't know why.
That was the hardest thing in the world to go
it
back.
devolved,
I
but
don't know why.
it is. It's so hard.
Why did you give up on that?
Long story.
All right.
Hey, so there's many reasons. Ecological. You can clog your
Right.
sewer. There's so many things.
I don't care. I'm not going to be down there.
They're also going to pass some laws soon that make it illegal to have flushable wipes because they're so bad for the water treatment plants.
Super bad.
So I have been flirting with that's one of my biggest pet peeves. Like I went from when I first had my children from my first marriage, I went to baby powder and I was like, whoa, putting baby powder on makes us not have to shower for an extra 2 days.
What?
Anyway,
Wait,
I have never
don't
heard
worry,
this
Don't worry about
before.
it. Don't worry about
Owen,
it.
are you being
This
real
is-
with me
this
right
is
now?
the evolution. I worked a really bad job and I didn't have time.
I don't know.
I
how
had
this-
kids. So no, I'm just joking.
How-
It refreshes
You can't just say you're joking
No,
and
he's
having
just back. He's just backtracking.
It-
How do you
re-
how do you put baby powder on yourself?
He's just like
dude.
puff it up.
Dude, you
There's
take a
little
hand-
puffy
do you
holes.
go up or do you go
take,
down?
You take a handful, not on my body. This is for
Wait, where would
this
you-
is for my nethers, dude. We're talking about a nether. We're talking about a
It
toilet
doesn't matter.
seat.
Do you go
Oh,
up?
so you put the baby powder on the toilet seat?
No, on myself.
Wait, so do you not
I'm
have
telling
to
you-
wipe
I'm telling
if you
you
use
the-
baby powder?
I'm telling you the evolution of
Is
how I got to this
baby
point.
powder like that sawdust stuff that the janitor used to throw on school throw up?
It works.
Very
It's
similar.
very similar.
Are
So you
being
put.
real
do you
right
wipe
now?
first, or do you just use straight baby powder?
Oh yeah, I wiped first. There was no way.
Dude,
so
you
I-
gotta clean
that's
it
how I-
like you're
that's how I
washing
went-
it.
So that's what I'm saying.
Or
So
like you're selling it.
So you start with baby powder, and
We
anybody.
should have led the podcast with this.
How do we
This
not
is the
know
best
this?
part.
I was
I
saving
hope people
this.
are still listening.
So I
Wait,
started
I'm
with
so
baby.
confused. Do you go down or do you go up?
What are you talking about?
When you puff it onto
Application.
yourself.
Dude,
yeah,
I put it
application.
in a handful.
And then what?
What do you do with the hand
Yeah,
after
you go-
that?
you
Back and down and
you wipe.
let them take the wheel,
you-
or do you go up?
Oh well, I do it when I'm not on the toilet.
Well, yeah, you're standing.
Then you get
obviously.
baby powder everywhere.
Yeah, you do. Cost of doing
Serious?
business. Look, it's the cost. It's the cost of freshness.
Wait. This was during your first marriage, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Is this the reason the marriage? Never mind.
No, I don't think so. I mean, now in retrospect,
Costs are doing
That's
business.
just the way it goes.
This
Buy a
is
better
not
vacuum.
A compromising situation.
buy a better vacuum. I don't understand what the big deal is here. Anyway,
Did you have carpeted floors in your bathroom?
Sure.
Oh my
Sure, but
God.
now throwing powder on your floor to vacuum it up is the thing. So I was just way ahead of my time.
Do me a favor. Will you cut this and put it at the beginning of the episode?
So that's how I got to baby powder. Then I had kids.
I still don't
so then I had
understand
my,
why you
Where was
started.
the beginning spot?
Oh,
What do you mean
because
that's how I got to
because
baby
toilet
powder?
paper sucks.
Did you just sit in the baby powder?
But the baby powder doesn't replace the toilet paper.
Yeah.
No,
How
I still
does
wipe.
this-
That's what I'm saying. I was still wiping.
But how
I was
does
using,
this tie into the
I was u-
wiping?
Because I was
Yeah.
using baby powder to supplement
After you wipe.
after.
After.
To keep the chafing down?
Yeah.
Would you straddle the
I
toilet
sweated
to
a lot
apply?
in my job at the time. I was 21, and I was sweating a lot in my job,
Butt sweat.
and so more than butt sweat. We'll just leave it there.
What
But
do you mean more than butt sweat?
What's
there's
more than butt
It was
sweat?
like a palm tree planted in a swamp. Okay. It's a family podcast, so that's as far as I can go. Anyway, guys, we're not even past baby powder yet. Okay. Second child comes along. I learn about flushable wipes. I've never gone back, and I've been flirting with a bidet for years.
Okay. All
So
right.
now I'm doing
I've never seen you flirt before.
it. Yep. It's weird.
What would you say to the bidet when you first saw it?
Hey, how are you?
Oh,
Hey, bidet.
Nailed it.
I've been flirting for a while, dude.
So that's what this is a bidet.
It's a bidet.
for it replaces your toilet seat.
Exactly. It's not like a whole nother pedestal like a
So,
lot of bidets
yeah.
are. This replaces your toilet seat. It's got the it reminds me of Jarron's toilet because it's got the what's the thing where it drops slow?
The
the
slow
easy
close,
close
slow
toilet?
close
Slow-
seat.
it's got slow close.
No,
It's
my
got-
toilets don't have slow close.
Mine do.
Oh.
mine do.
Oh, maybe it's James.
Yeah.
That's what you.
Yeah.
Have you been over to my house?
No, you were.
Dude,
telling
I
us
sat
about
on
it.
my toilet seat and I broke it. And now every time I poop, it pinches my thigh.
Well, you need to replace the toilet seat.
This is for you.
You should have got this. I should have doubled it up. Anyway, man, I did not think this story was gonna
I'm
evolve.
so blown away by
Devolve.
this.
Baby powder?
Wait, will you replay at least the very first inception of the
'Kay.
first time you did it? Did you
So,
stare at the bottle and then stare at
here's
your
how,
nether regions?
Here's how.
Did
it
you have
happened.
kids at the time, or did
I
you
I had
buy?
One, I had one kid. Here's what
Okay,
happened.
all
Here's
right.
the story. Okay. Oh gosh. So I'm in a hurry. Number 2 comes along. You got to go when number 2 comes.
Yeah.
I don't have time
Nature
to
calls.
do. I don't have time, and toilet paper was running low. So I did the best I could with what I had. with the supplies I had, I did the best I could, and I was like, well, that's not gonna do.
You're not
baby.
drilling for
I'm gonna-
oil. At this point, you've
Dude,
been wiping since
dude.
you were...
Nope.
No.
No, dude.
Sometimes it's all peanut butter.
Sometimes you gotta.
You gotta
Did you have a
deal.
serious case of
It
mud
was
butt?
bad. Yes,
Okay.
it was. And so I was like, what am I going to do? Because I do not want to have itchy a-hole for the rest of the day. So I was like, oh, man, what would I do? And I was like, if I was a kid, I'd just put baby powder on him.
I didn't do that as a kid.
No, if it was my kid.
Oh,
I was like,
okay,
I just
all
put
right,
baby.
all
I
right.
just put baby powder.
He's
That
not
was like-
reverting to an earlier version
No.
of himself.
No, I never thought about that before. Anyway, not the point. So yeah, so I did. I had the bottle sitting on the toilet and was like, well, me and you, pal, and took a handful and powdered myself and.
That was the beginning of your beautiful friendship.
I mean,
Look at
people
yourself
have
in
been
the mirror.
people have been using Gold Bond for ages. Like it's nothing new. After you get out of the shower, nobody knows about Gold Bond.
No, I
No.
used it in the mission field for a while.
Yeah.
Nah,
It was
it's too
swamp.
cold.
Things got swampy in Honduras.
Seriously, Southern Illinois is not quite as third world as Honduras, but
yeah.
Wow.
So
anyway,
This has been a wild
my,
ride.
My question about what you ordered is, I remember looking at the pictures of this, and it has the sprayer nozzle coming right out of the back in the center.
Yeah.
Does that retract?
So
It does. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I'm saying that would pose a problem.
Yep.
While you're working on your business.
I went back to look at that after the fact because I bought it. And I was like, yeah, bidet, sweet. Because I've been, like I said, I've been looking at them for a while.
Sure.
See the past 5 minutes. Anyway, so, but then Jarron goes, what about if you have like a really bad case of like diarrhea? How does that clean itself? And I went, I do not know.
Oh, no.
And I went to go do more research to see, and I found it. They do detract. So,
Retract.
I will admit, when I went to Japan and I saw that the bidet was a thing, I kind of hesitated for a minute.
So I have two friends that have got a bidet, and I was like, I'm never doing that. That's weird, dude. Weird.
How do you aim?
Dude, it is
You
insane.
aim it. You personalize
you think
it.
that the mark would be different from person to person.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Really?
It's like it
Spot
tracked
on.
it.
What if it like shoots up your back?
You're not
Then
back far
I
enough.
think-
Then you're
Yeah.
sitting on the toilet like a child.
I am
Or a
small.
I was going to
Oh.
say, this is
Yeah,
might
but
be a
you're-
problem Jarron has.
Your legs
That's
don't
your
swing when you sit on a
anti-superpower.
toilet, do they?
No, but they swing in my office chair at work.
Are you being real with me?
Yes,
right
I
now?
am. They legitimately swing.
Anyway, so
All right, so that's what you backed.
yeah, so I backed that. I got the one for $59.
Okay.
Still available. It's delivering in November. It says there's only 13 left on their Kickstarter, on their Indiegogo page.
You know, I doubted this project until I saw the guy in the video.
Right?
He looks like a hardcore bidet
He
user.
looks like somebody who's put the toilet through the paces,
Yeah,
right?
he knows his toilets.
Yeah.
Gave me some comfort. Strangely.
Anyway, embarrassing story completely aside. I'm actually excited because I've had a bidet in mind for a while. I'm not really sure. This one is not a warmed bidet, so I'm a little bit.
Holy moly, those
Yeah.
warm
That's gonna be
bidets.
chilly.
I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I don't because my toilet's farther away from the sink, and in order to get warm water, you have to have a line over to your sink, and I don't want to run that. So,
I would welcome the coolness in the morning.
yeah, I don't know.
Frigid.
I don't know. Yeah,
Not cold.
We'll
In
see
the
how it
dead
goes.
of winter.
We'll see how it goes. It's just a seat change. It's not like I have to install a whole thing.
Yeah.
So, but it's got different pressure levels. It's got all sorts of whiz bangery, slow close lid. You know.
If you hooked a warm water line to it,
You
though,
could.
it would take like a minute for it to warm up
Exactly.
anyway.
That's true.
Exactly. So
That's
just
a
like
good
your
point.
sink, just like your sink in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Some of the warm water ones keep a warm, like a warmer. Like you can buy them. They have temperature settings and it heats it. But you have to have a power cord for the bidet. And that again is clear. In the bathroom, power outlets are kind of sparse. Toaster incidents and all that. So
Indeed.
anyway, that was it. I'll put I think we'll all have our link to these
Yeah.
in the show notes. So if you
Now-
want
Well,
to,
and
We're-
Tony, what are you getting?
We're not saying by no stretch are we saying you should back these.
right.
We're just saying we're trying these out to see if they're good and what the experience is like ordering these items and seeing how long they take and things like that. I backed a wallet because I've been also flirting with the idea of no, not also, but I have been flirting with the idea of a smaller wallet for quite a while. Now, this wallet is not just any old wallet. It's RFID protected, and it also comes with a GPS tracker in the wallet in
So it
case
has
you
a
ever
coin in it or a tile.
yes, but
A
it's
little bit.
shaped to fit the wallet, and it actually has a solar panel on it to charge.
Oh wow!
And
That's way nice.
I think it said, let me see if I can find this here. It's
That's my
something
main
like
issue with tile right now is you got to replace them at least like once a year.
yeah. So this recharges, and I think it said that it's 3 hours of sunlight will last 2 months.
I don't know if I believe
Supposedly.
that, but
Supposedly.
that sounds cool.
So
Plus, it'll charge a little bit every time you take it out.
yeah. And so it's one of those ones that has a button you hit and it fans your cards out, your credit cards out, so you can choose or your
Oh, that's
ID
way
or
nice.
whatever. So pretty cool idea. Printed premium leather, blah blah blah, ultra slim.
I actually looked at that, and I thought about going with something like that.
There's several different kinds that you can get on here. I chose to go with one called the Parliament.
Well, really quick, how thick is your wallet? Because my wallet right now, I actually downgraded to a thinner one.
Oh, yours is a lot thinner than mine. Mine's a good 3/4 of an inch.
Oh, that's not bad.
But
that's about the same.
But it's thin right now. It's usually fatter.
Oh, right on.
So anyway, we'll see how it goes. I back to the Parliament, which is the one that has the flap and room for a few more cards in it, as well as the and you choose whether you want the GPS or not. So I backed the Parliament with the GPS.
How much did that set you back?
My total was a little pricier than I planned on going, but I really wanted the fold on the wallet. It was about $100 after the what is it called? Because you have to buy it in euros. This Kickstarter's in Europe. The exchange. After the exchange, it worked out to be about $100.
That's not bad.
We'll see. I'm interested to see how it goes. This company's made one or two other wallets before that did fairly well. So I wouldn't call them like a super established company, but they have made a couple things in the past that have
Sounds a little like backpedaling to me.
No, I'm just clarifying. What did you get, James?
So here's the thing: is I am
you haven't
tiptoeing
got
around
one yet?
several different
He
things,
found one.
and
He
I
has
actually
another.
want to toss it out to the listeners as to what I should get, because
That's not fair.
there is
Yeah.
a mechanical Bluetooth keyboard
Cop
that I'm
out.
looking at. There is and you could actually back me up on this. I hate it when I drive away from my house and I don't remember. I don't remember if I shut the garage door.
Oh, that's the worst.
There is now a smart device to hook up to your garage door to close it remotely from your phone.
Oh, I saw that. It like shoots a laser at it, see if it's open or not.
And I actually have that one in the show notes. That's the one that I'm the most serious about.
How much does that one run?
That one is about $100. And
Just get that one. That's cool.
I don't know if I want it though. That's the thing, because there's so many other things. Here's the problem: is like the price point that we set is like it's low enough to where I don't want to waste the money, but like it is right in the price range of I can just go on Amazon and get something similar.
There's a
and
lot
get
of
it in, like, 2
because
days.
there's lots of smart garage door devices out there that already do that.
Yeah.
So
But the thing is I want to help like an independent little person,
Sure.
to do their thing. Goodness forbid someday if I ever wanted to do like a Kickstarter or Indiegogo, I would want people to help me. But no, so I want to toss it out to you guys. Just tweet me at JDD Jensen. JDD is for ADD, and let me know like what you guys think I should invest in. If I haven't found anything this week, I'll by like let's say Thursday or Friday, I'll let you know. But I'll go ahead and I'll find something if you guys don't help me. Austin Beauregard, I'm looking at you, buddy. You got to help me find
Austin,
what I'm getting.
run away.
What I'm getting, Austin.
Run away quickly.
You have the perfect life, buddy.
James
You need to
is
help
like
me.
the creepy guy in the van trying to feed you candy.
Oh, one other cool thing about this wallet that I was reading is the GPS, and it also has a noise maker thingy. So it has an app on your phone where if you don't know where your wallet is, you can hit the button and it'll make a noise.
Doesn't the tile have the same feature?
Yeah.
Is
But-
that part of it.
But it goes backwards too. If you
So you
have
can
your
find your
wallet and you can't
phone.
find your phone,
Tile does
you
that.
hit a
That's
button
cool.
on the device on your wallet,
Tile
and it'll
does.
make your phone go off.
Tile does
Tile
that.
does that too.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Get one of those. You could have just got a tile then and put it in your wallet.
No, tiles are all chunky and don't fit in wallets. They're stupid. I don't know.
I think they make one that
He
does fit
has
in a
one.
wallet, actually.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
It's
Do
they?
thinner. Yeah.
Isn't that yours right there?
No,
Oh.
I took mine
But-
out because the battery died.
But is
It's
tile
the recharge
Hold on.
thing.
is tile GPS or is it Bluetooth?
It's Bluetooth.
No,
It's
this is
Bluetooth.
GPS.
How do
What?
they do that?
This is GPS,
How do
not
they do
Bluetooth.
that? How do they do that without paying for
they,
a service?
They paired up with a company.
Can I
that
just
does
get what
it
you're
already.
getting?
Oh.
Can I get?
Because that's the limitation with Tile is that it's crowdsourced. So like if somebody else with a Tile app sees your phone over Bluetooth, it will ping from that place. But it's
You know
not
what?
GPS.
Oh, that might be what this is because it says comes with a solar-powered crowd GPS tracker.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
so-
crowd. So you're now depending on everybody.
me.
You're
Yeah.
depending on
Okay,
other
that makes
people.
a lot more sense,
Yeah.
actually.
Actually, they didn't lie to me. I just didn't read it closely.
It's cool because
Son
like
of
if
a-
anybody else has the app or whatever, you ping off that, you get a location.
Yeah.
So if there are potential thieves
Never
or you
mind,
lost it or
I'm
someone
good.
picked it up or whatever, like there's no way for them to. It's always broadcasting, so there's
Problem
no way
is,
for
I've
them.
never heard of that brand before, so I don't think many people would have that app on their phone.
And it's Indiegogo, so it's even more.
Maybe it's
unless it's Tile. I mean, unless they
I
partner
doubt they
with
did it with
It's not
Tile.
Tile.
no,
Yeah.
they paired with another company. It's let me find it real quick.
Yeah, so I don't know. So I'm gonna take another look. I literally spent the last 2 hours of today looking for what I should invest in, and I don't want to waste everybody's money. I want it to be worthwhile.
Mine's gonna be
looked at the board games and
awesome.
stuff. You got to let me know what you think. Have
Yeah.
you tried a bidet before?
Never.
Man, get ready. 'Cause
I've heard.
Get
So
ready.
the two people that I have talked to swear by them. They've been trying to get me to convert for over a year.
So does
George-
it completely take the place of toilet paper?
No.
Yeah, no.
What is George
Really?
Takei's famous line?
Oh my.
That's what you're gonna say when it hits you. Oh my. However, my finger did hover over that button for a minute, and I was like, oh, man, I hope this doesn't awaken something
Yeah.
inside of me. Boop. Oh my.
Oh my!
I will admit,
there's
it did.
pressure. There's pressure settings on this. And
Yeah, well, in
So-
Japan, they had everything from like pressure settings, like it pulses at you, to like a steady
Of
stream.
course it does. Over there in Japan, those guys. Anyway, sorry.
What do you? I don't know. I don't understand. Please explain it to me.
I don't either.
Okay.
I
So
just
this-
said that.
I found it. They teamed up with a company called Chipolo.
Oh, it's Chipotle's tech
Yes.
spinoff.
Now,
Great
supposedly
Great
Chipolo
Mexican food.
Chipolo
I gotta
has
go, guys.
Chipolo has the best range and loudest noisemaker.
Sure,
That's
but
why they went with.
hey,
them.
let's take a quick poll. Who here has heard of Chipolo before today?
Chipotle, like the burrito place.
Yeah,
I've
like
heard
the
of
burrito
Chipotle.
place.
Oh, okay. Maybe this
Is there a Chipotle around here?
This has got to be the longest episode we've ever done.
It is. What? Yep, hour and 55.
It's because of all that smartphone talk.
Indeed.
and the pizza.
All right. Was there anything else we wanted to hit on, or are we all
We're
done?
good.
Jaron,
Done.
I
James?
don't got anything.
Owen.
Hey, we hope you care.
Gadget Spot.